And we're live.
Hi. Oh wait, we're still
And
here.
we're live. And
Yeah.
we're live. And we're live. And we're live. Okay. Um, welcome you guys. This be your boy Scotty.
And Jamar 4.
And we are here for another episode of the Prelude. Tonight, we have three topics tonight. We're going to talk about Toni Braxton. We're going to talk about the VMAs, and we're going to talk about the Monica and Brandy verses. Okay, and tonight, I know I did a video about it earlier today. Well, really last night. Comcast was on bullshit, but I did a video last night. But so we're gonna do it. We're gonna talk about it today, well tonight rather, and we're gonna break down the songs. I know Jamar wanted to make sure I had the list because
Girl.
he had no list. You know what I mean? So we had to get it. We had to get it popping that way. So that's what we gonna do now. Look, if Jamar seems a little down, it ain't got nothing to do with
I'm
me.
over it.
Yes, he ain't got nothing to do with me. It ain't got nothing to do with me.
No. I am
No.
over it.
Right.
But this is a commitment I've already taken up. So I'm like, maybe
Yes.
I need to use it as like my
Right. So don't y'all come up here talking about some ooh, it's tension between them two. They already falling out. No, it ain't got nothing to do with us. It's
I
outside force.
probably feel better midway through. I should come back. I should come back.
Yeah. I
It's like
think the more we talk about the fun shit, the better your mood will be. The more we talk
because it
tonight.
just happened. I just got off the bullshit. Like with y'all, because like this happens in most places that our listeners, I think, are Central and Eastern time. So it's
Mhm.
what 8:34 for most people. 8:30, 9:34 is deep into the night. It's almost time for some of y'all to even go to bed. It's 6:30 over here, and I just got done dealing with this bullshit about an hour ago. So it's fresh
Well,
and
you work
had
from
no
home.
time to this. So when I have good days, oh baby, I'm here. I'm alive, but you child.
Right, but that's just a human in us, to be honest. I mean, we all have bad days sometimes, and you're entitled to have that, friend.
Whew. Okay, but okay.
So, we're gonna start off with Toni Braxton. Okay, now Jamar had me listening to her album. I ain't the type of person that I always be. I like Toni. Don't get me wrong, I like Toni, but I don't really be that quick to be trying to hear no Toni album. But since best friend here told me, okay, let's listen to Toni's album. We're gonna talk about it on the show, and I was like, oh girl. But okay, because see, I
Like,
was I was scared that it was gonna be a mess. Because really, Tony ain't really been delivering like that these last couple of years, at least for me. So,
I mean, well, did you listen to Sex and Cigarettes?
that
And
name alone, that name alone made me not want to listen to
girl, let me tell you,
it.
this is why I learned a long time ago to never let like the initial like lead singles, even some of the follow-up promo. I listen to the whole thing. There is always one. If you're lucky, two. There's
Mhm.
always one song from those albums that get you together. There's always one. And for Sex and Cigarettes, there were a couple. I actually like the title track, to be honest.
Oh wow.
And there's a song on there called Coping.
Hmm.
Bitch, absolutely, absolutely. So you don't have to revisit the whole thing, but I will send you the title track and Coping, even long as I live. But that she promoted the fuck out of that. Um,
I know this is surprising, but I never even heard "Long as I Live." I'm sorry, but I've never heard it. I've never heard "Long as I Live." Period.
how? What? How have
I
you?
mean, I've seen people talk about it, but I just never took out the time to listen to it, honestly.
How did you miss that? I thought she. Well, maybe if you don't really follow, like, do you follow Toni Braxton on social media? Oh well, then maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. Or even like, well, I follow all the Braxtons, so like they would talk about each other's projects. So I would, child.
I think the only Braxton I follow is Tracy for obvious reasons.
So, child. Oh yes. Well, let me look at these comments. Yeah, somebody said sex and cigarettes is live, bitch. It is.
I ain't gonna lie, I heard that it was now. Don't get me wrong. Like a lot of people that I know for a fact that has listened to Toni Braxton's Sex and Cigarettes, they did tell me it was a good album. But because I'm not like a big Toni fan like that outside of the singles, I just said, oh, okay, I'm sure it's kind of cute, but I'm not listening to it.
Damn.
But I do need to stop being like that though, because I miss out on a lot of good
Baby,
music.
you miss out on so much shit. I'll at least get stuff a one through once, maybe twice, depending on how I feel about it. Because I
Yeah,
always find those good songs that I keep with me that don't hardly nobody know about. Because unless they listen to Sex and Cigarette, don't nobody know about coping. Don't nobody know about coping. And then
about it.
what she really fucked me up, she gave me an entire EP of coping remixes.
It's a mess. Now,
Alive. So let's talk about Spell My Name because I feel like it did kind of come out on the low.
listen, when I heard Spell My Name, is that the song that got that Drake sounding person on it?
Yeah, whoever that featured male artist is, yeah.
I thought that was Drake on that song. I really did, because I'm like, it even sounds like a Drake song. And I was like, well, Tony is an independent artist, and she could afford to get Drake on this song. It's like, but then I looked at Wikipedia, it didn't say shit about Drake being on it, so I'm like, oh, so Drake wasn't on it. So we got a Drake twin on this beach. But I did like the song though. I did like the song, and I also liked the song she did with Missy Elliott do it. I like that song too.
I it grew on me because
Uh huh.
I would just find myself, singing it out of nowhere randomly because I was like, I was a little bit lackluster from it at first, but it did kind of grow on me. Lyrically, it's just like, look, that's like that hard lesson that you don't want to
Right.
you don't want to listen to,
Hmm.
and I think it's one of those. It's like, yeah, it's like do what you need to do. You know he ain't gonna change. He gonna be the same motherfucker that he been. Just do what the fuck you need to do. Get the hell out.
Right.
But let me tell you, I had a moment
Hmm.
with Happy Without Me last night.
Ooh. But bitch, you gonna have you a moment though.
Girl, I don't know what it was. Well, actually, I know what it was. I took edible. But other than that, like I had a moment with that song.
Almost choked. We had the wrong pipe. But go ahead though.
I Happy Without You is my favorite song on this album. For
It's one of those ballads towards the end, right? That
yeah,
I
it
okay.
it is that girl for me. That and Saturday Night are probably the ones I will keep in rotation.
I was surprised that I liked the very first song that that played the whole dance
You
song thing.
like that?
I'm surprised I liked it. Like,
I mean, I liked it too, but I love me some good up tempo R&B. You be
yeah,
like,
you
ugh.
do. You know, I don't really care for it like that. So that's why you looking at me like, bitch, you like the
You like that?
bitch. Like, I did. I'm not gonna lie, I did. Because I listened to it on my way to Walmart, and I'm like,
Get
oh,
it.
okay.
I just wanna dance.
Yes, you better give me that Tony husky vocal. You
You
better.
really, I can try. I gotta reach down up in there.
Yeah, you know you gotta reach down and give you a Tony vocal, man. You know you gotta do that. Ooh, you better get it. You better get it now.
I can reach down there a time or two if I need to, child. Don't get it
I
twisted.
feel it.
That's I love Tony though. Yeah, but those two were the ones that stood out the most. Like Saturday Night. Saturday Night is the kind of song when you've had a few drinks and you make that mistake uh, of texting somebody you ain't got no business. It's like I don't need to be liking you right now, but it's Saturday night. I don't want to be by myself, but I just want to do horribly unspeakable things to you. that I ain't got no business doing.
I know those feelings.
So, and yeah, Saturday night. Saturday night is that girl. So y'all go check out some of this album, child.
What would
Now,
you grade
it. I mean, there was some songs on there that I still couldn't like remember.
it?
But as far as like going through and stick like dance, do it. I like the sound of Spell My Name, the song, but I just don't know what the hell she's supposed to be talking about. I don't know why we're having, English class in her music. But
Listen.
it sounds nice.
Right, it does. It does though.
It sounds nice. But yeah, Happy Without Me and Saturday Night are those girls for me.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say are your standouts?
Dance, do it. I'm gonna say spell my name because I like it. And I'm gonna say Saturday night, and I think the Happy Without Me song because I was sitting in the chair. I was sitting in this chair when I let the rest of the album play. When I got back from Walmart, I was like, oh shit.
Oh, baby, she goes there. It's like,
I'm
remember we was picking out gowns, we was thinking of the name, what we was gonna name our kids,
like,
and now I have to be happy for you that you are happy with.
with somebody story of my life, searching for the right.
Okay, tell them again.
That's all I
Tell
can
them again.
listen. You know, we know a lot. We know too much about that type of story there, because child, listen.
Only thing is, the only difference between my life and that song is that she already got the man. Hell,
And
she got two.
right, and we still looking for one, a half of one.
Child, I'm just trying to get somebody to text me back at this point. You can't even
Or
do
get
that.
somebody, to be like, you know what? Because I know we got to set time, so I'm gonna make this short and simple. Yes, we got to set time tonight. We ain't trying to be too long tonight, but don't you hate it when you want to get to know someone and then it's like they find whatever reason they possibly can to make it seem like they're not worth it when obviously I see something in you that makes me think that it's worth it. I don't like it when people like like put negative feelings on themselves. Like you got to think positive because if you keep thinking
I
like
mean,
that, you will miss something that could be possibly good for you.
that's true, but if I don't see it for myself, I mean, you can't make anyone see it before they see it for themselves.
That's true. That's true.
So, like, if I don't see it yet, then it's just not there. I mean,
Maybe.
it's good to have, somebody that cares about you to help you find it.
Mhm.
But if you don't see it for yourself, because sometimes I be seeing all kind of stuff with people, and they just be like, it's just they Ray Charles to the shit. Like,
Yeah, I guess I can't force my mentality on other people. Honestly, I can't. Like, if I like, I just don't like to hear people talk down on themselves. To be honest, because I know that I've done it.
mm,
You know what I mean? Like I've sat there and I've said negative things about myself. Like I've had the whole low self esteem type of thing. So when a person saw interest in me, I didn't understand why they seen it because I thought I was ugly and all types of stuff. Because mainly because in the gay scene, I have been called ugly by many gay folks now.
child, let me tell you, the black, especially in the black LGBT community, we tear each other down almost worse than the heterosexual community does.
They really like for real. Cause
At least in my experience, I don't see that same sort of venom within other race of the LGBT, like the white gays, the Spanish gays. I mean, I'm sure they have their own qualms within their community, but it just seemed like there are people you can do anything. Like if you go to a white gay club and like a rave, you can do anything, look like anything, and won't nobody give a damn.
see, I
Nobody.
because I never done that. Like every time I go somewhere, like the only time I came close to doing something like that was in Dallas when I went. But other than that, it's like you right though. Us black gays are hard as fuck on us on each other, honestly. Cause when people would when a guy approaches me and they think I'm cute or handsome or whatever, I do get surprised because a lot of gay guys have said that I was not cute, like I'm ugly. Like I hear it a lot. Well,
Mm.
I heard it a lot, so it makes you think that am I ugly? And then
Same. Or it's just like they just don't see it.
yeah, like when you think about the same people that be calling you ugly, you see the type of niggas, you see the type of people that they like. Like you see the type of dudes they go for, like the muscular, the great features, all this other shit that look like they could be a model in a magazine or something like that. Like, that type of thing. Like that's but to be honest, with most gay guys, it's all about an image. If a motherfucker look good to them, then
That's all they
if
care.
motherfucker has a certain type of look, then.
That's why a lot of our relationships don't last because we all surface.
That's true.
We want to stay for the look.
And the look ain't always the best.
Oh, child. That's a whole separate show right there.
That's a whole nother show, child. Move
That
on.
is an entirely different show.
But
Cause
let's move on to because if we keep talking about this, we're gonna make this show longer than what we trying
right,
to do.
I do want to give the verses its due. I do want to give the verses its due.
That's why
So I'm gonna actually we're gonna quickly go through the VMAs just to
yes,
talk about
we are.
the winners and our thoughts on them if we have any, and then we
Mhm.
get to the performances, the part that we actually care about.
Right. Okay.
uh,
Now,
oh, go ahead.
since you watched the VMAs, because I did.
You
What
thought
can?
I watched that?
Oh, you did?
I watched the clips online. I looked at the performances, and I'm looking at this winners list right here. Is the extent that I give
Okay.
any award show.
Now, what we can do is start with the performances because you at least watched them.
Oh, okay. Well, cool.
I couldn't do that.
Well, most of them, the ones that I cared about.
Okay, well, get into it. Get into it.
So, for the performances, who I actually enjoyed the most, surprisingly, was Doja Cat. Doja Cat pounded her puss on that stage.
Oh wow.
I was like, you bet. The ass was shaking, the titties was jiggling, the screen in the back was giving it to me. That remix, whatever they had, I was like, hey, the ghetto. But yeah, I really did enjoy the performance. Yeah, like that was my favorite. That was the one I was like, yes, I was feeling it. Um, Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande, Rain on Me, girl. When I tell you that they lip sync the fuck out of that,
Were they dancing a lot?
they were dancing a lot, but it was just so obviously lip synced.
Oh, that's the problem. Because see, that's why I asked were they dancing a lot because if they danced a lot and still tried to sing, that's gonna sound a mess.
Well, no, see, I felt like the track that we heard was them doing the routine live, because you could tell like they sounded winded, but you could tell it wasn't them doing it right then. Because first of all, they had these big masks over their face for both of them, and even when we're talking face to face, if two people have a mask on, you can't hardly hear that. It's
At
gonna
all.
sound muffled, so you know it's not gonna go through a big mask like they had and a microphone and come out clear. And then they was doing like all of this, and it was still just as clear here as it was when it was here.
Exactly.
No.
Right.
But
Exactly.
I did still enjoy it, but I was just like, oh. But but you know
And
what? I feel like a lot of the people who performed were just kind of like, oh, this isn't live. Oh, I can send this in. I don't even have to leave LA. It's supposed to be in New York. So I could just stay in my shit.
oh my God, I cannot. I cannot.
Girl, they were hired the fuck out of those damn performances. I just think that Kiki did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed her. Let me tell you, Kiki be keeping the bag. Okay, Kiki
They
stay
do.
with a bag.
That bitch gonna host something. She gonna make her. She gonna put her face out there. She gonna make sure you see her. Period. She
And
gonna.
I ain't mad at it. I'm
I
really
ain't
not.
either. I ain't either.
I am not mad at it.
I swear I'm not mad at her. Period. Okay, like she gonna make sure you see her and all the other shit. Like she gonna make sure of that.
Mhm. I watched the Weeknd's performance. The Weeknd looked like he got beat up, but I did really enjoy his album. Miley Cyrus is back. Girl, she was. The song is cute. This Midnight Sky stuff, but it feels like everybody's trying to hop on this disco pop '80s throwback sound now.
It sounds like that's what it's about to be now.
I mean, I'm not mad, but I'm only mad when it's like everybody starts doing it. It's real cute, like when the first couple people start doing it. Then when everybody start doing it, it's like, okay,
It's just like how that was with that Euro pop dance craze everybody was
oh
doing.
yeah,
Like,
like it started. That started in like what 2009
mm-hmm,
ish, 2009, 2010. And
mm-hmm.
I remember like well, at least the first people that I saw doing it was like that was when Kesha came out. Kesha made it really, really popular. Khalees had an album that was like pure like dance called Flesh
Uh-huh.
Tone that nobody know about. Um, I think those are the first two, and then maybe Rihanna's Loud. I think Rihanna kind of catapulted that shit, or she was one of the people that catapulted that shit. Her and Britney Spears
Yeah.
catapulted the fuck out of that. But those are the only performances I cared about, Chad.
Okay. So now we're gonna get into the nominees and the winner. Now, video of the year was Billy. Is it Eilish or
Island,
Eilish? Okay, Billie Eilish. Everything I wanted. Eminem, Godzilla. Future, Life is Good. Lady Gaga, Rain on Me. Taylor Swift, The Man, and The Weeknd, Blinding Lights, and The Weeknd, Blinding Lights won. And I don't know not one fucking song in this category. But
let me tell you something. I am trying to get Scotty more into pop culture, child, so he can. Now, out of the what is this? One, two, three, six songs. I am familiar with one, two, well, four. Yeah, the Eminem in the future. I don't know what those are, but everything else, I wouldn't have necessarily given it to the weekend. I did enjoy it, but it would have definitely went to rain on me because I played that song like a faithful homosexual. Um, Taylor Swift, the man, eh. But I would have definitely given it to rain on me. But you know, congratulations to Miss Weekend, nonetheless, child.
I just anyway. Artist of the year, The Baby, Justin
Nope,
Bieber,
nope,
Lady Gaga, Megan
sure,
Thee Stallion, Post Malone, and The
nope.
Weeknd. And
Mm-mm.
the winner was Lady Gaga.
Which she should have won with Video of the Year as well. But you know what? It is what it is.
Song of the year is it? You said Billie Eilish, right?
I just say it like eyelash.
Okay, Billie Eyelash. Everything I wanted. Doja Cat, Say So. Lady Gaga, Rain on Me. Megan Thee Stallion, Savage. Post Malone, Circles. Roddy Rich, The Box. And the winner was Rain on Me for Song of the Year. The only song I know in this category is Savage. I
Bad.
know I know Say So somewhat, but that's
Say
only
So
because
was Song of the Year last year, not really this year to me.
so it been out.
It's oh yeah, Say So's it like the app TikTok really blew Say So up because they made like
Oh,
a
okay.
dance to it, and that's really what introduced a lot of people to the song. But that was all last year though, like when it was like really, really everywhere to me anyway. But yes, congratulations to Rain on Me. I do love that song.
Collaboration. Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber stuck with you. Black Eyed Peas and J Balvin. I guess Bad Boys for Life, whatever the fuck this is. Ed
Child.
Sheeran, Beautiful People, Future, Life is Good. Carol G, Tusa, and Lady Gaga, Rain on Me. The winner is for best collaboration is Rain on Me with Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande.
I mean,
don't know none of these songs here, but yeah.
I really Rain on Me is the only one I cared about. So
okay, Push Best New Artist. Doja Cat, Jack Harlow, Lewis, whatever the fuck his name is, Roddy Ricch, Tate McRae, and is it Young Blood?
Child, you know what we might have to do? We might just have to say the winners because a lot of like everybody you just mentioned, I don't know none of them except for Doja.
Okay, so we're just gonna say the winners for the next few categories, and Doja Cat
Like,
won.
a lot of categories left, child.
Let's see. Let me see. It's quite a few left, child.
That's why I'm like, ooh, we might just have to talk about the winners.
Yeah, we for the winners because we're not gonna let nothing take away from the versus conversation. We're just not gonna
Right.
do it.
But I was
Okay.
it in.
Best. What was next? What was next?
Best pop.
Next, best pop. BTS on was the winner. I don't know who and what the fuck that song is.
That's this K-pop group that came out of nowhere, child. And there's about to be this big K-pop wave. We'll just see. But I mean, congratulations to them. It's about 8 of them motherfuckers in the group, child. But I mean, hey, the girls are into it, so congratulations.
Okay, best hip hop. The winner was Megan Thee Stallion, Savage, which I feel is rightfully deserved.
Out of let's see, who else is in here? Oh, yeah. Still, that's the only one I care about.
Best rock.
Girl, bye.
Oh.
Girl, bye. We can just keep on scrolling down to best R&B, child.
Okay. Best R&B. The winner was The Weeknd, Blinding Lights, whatever. Do we pass by best K-pop too?
Hold on, I'm scrolling, child. Actually, let me look at this real quick. What's the rest of this? Do I give a damn about any of the rest of this?
You probably don't.
Damn.
Best quarantine performance.
Nope, I don't give a damn about the rest of this category, child.
Okay, so let's move on to the verses. So we can move on to what we really want to talk about, and that is the epic ass. Well, it was really a showdown. It was an epic ass celebration of the gods, the icons, the most unappreciated people in R&B music, and that is Brandy and Monica. Okay, and to be honest, like it was for me. I'm gonna start it off by saying for me, it was more so about the music and the nostalgia of the music because it took me back to a certain place in my life as a kid. And I listened, like I said, we may all have our teams, but at the same time, there is no denying neither one of their catalogs at this point. They both have classic ass songs that we will all remember. And I've been listening to nothing but Brandy and Monica for the last week. So, and you know what, I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna wait till we get to that particular song.
Okay. I mean, and still in general, I think it was, like you said, great for nostalgia purposes, great for like a reminder, like, damn, they really got all this shit. And it allowed you, let's say if you were team whoever, it allowed you to go and be like, oh, let me check out this person's catalog. Because what I will say is there were a few of Monica's songs that she played that I did not know.
Mm-hmm.
But one that I was like, I like that one. Was the Dozen Roses one?
I figured that's what it was.
I like that one.
I figured that's what it was.
I like that one.
Mm-hmm. But another thing that we should also mention is that they were the most watched versus battle out of all of them. 1.2.
I thought it was 3. Was it not 3?
It was 2. It was 2.
Oh.
1.2
Millie.
And
none of the girls.
At one time. Okay, 1.2 million people, and you had half of the industry in there watching. You had people like Kamala Harris in there. You had Michelle Obama. You had so many people of importance that was in here to watch these two girls who transitioned from being child stars that's now 39 and 41 years old at this point. And it was amazing just to see that. Like to be honest, like I always say, Brandy and Monica are very unappreciated when it comes down to the masses. They are.
That's only because the buying public now doesn't know who they are.
Yeah, that's I can give
We
you.
know who they
Yeah,
are.
we know who they are, but the general public, at this point in time, doesn't really know them like that. And people like to, when they were trying to come back out as adults and they was having their little slumps at one point in time, like you had like Brandy with the human slump and you had Monica with the Makers of Me slump, and everybody was so quick to say it's over for them, let them live, let them die off or whatever. But when you look at these verses and see how much in demand it was, and it was like 1.2 million motherfuckers watching, and you had people from the industry all over looking at it, and you had other figures outside of the music industry looking at this shit. It just goes to show you how loved they are. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's all that really matters to me. It was more than it was more than just about the whole what word am I looking for? It was more than about I'm team Monica, I'm team Randy. It wasn't even about teams at this point. Cause when I was sitting my ass up here looking at the shit, like bitch, I was singing every fucking song they played. Just about every
There
song
were
they
some
played.
great moments.
Yes, great moments. Like straight up, straight up. So I'm happy about this. Not only am I happy about the battle, but I'm happy about the fact that this allowed them to reconnect and kind of fix their broken relationship. Because a lot of people were sitting up talking about their interaction on the actual live. You got to understand, these two girls ain't seen each other in 8 damn years. So it was going to be
Well,
awkward at the beginning.
from my understanding, they hadn't been in the same room in about 8 years. They had been communicating recently. We don't know what to
Mhm,
what lengths, but
mhm.
this was like the first time that they've been interacting this long, and it was awkward
Yes,
in a
it was.
lot of places. And I could see that uh, Monica was very uh, how do I say
Guarded.
that? She was like, I don't really know how to feel about this just yet. But the problem was, she made that way too apparent. She
Hmm.
was, girl, like, Brandy was having a great time. The entire time, Brandy was having a good time.
Yeah, I guess it's different for other people. I guess it's different for certain people and stuff like that because, if I ain't been in the same room with a motherfucker for 8 years, then it is going to be, even though they had a conversation earlier that day about it, because I've seen Monica's interviews yesterday, like they did have a conversation beforehand about it. And so it was just them coming in the same room. It's going to be awkward. You ain't seen this person in 8 years. It's not going to be like, we skipping in a damn garden with lollipops right away. Like they're gonna have that moment of awkwardness. But after a while, you could tell that the mood started to change. And not only that, did you see the back behind the scenes footage? If we would have seen more of that type of energy that they would have behind the scenes and shit like that, then maybe people wouldn't be focused so much on the awkwardness because
Yeah,
it obviously
everybody was
showed.
playing. Oh, I almost spat my drink at the time, at the part that everybody keeps replaying and clipping. It's like, there was a time when I was, kicking indoors and slapping the bitches.
Bring
And
it
she was like,
up.
Brandy was like, do they know that I was one of them? I said, oh, we're going there.
Right.
Monica was like, what the
Right. Yeah, she was caught off guard with that one. Like she was
She
caught
did
off guard
not see that coming. I
at
said,
all.
Randy Nor. I mean, I'm glad that she knows that that's what we want to talk about. But
But
damn.
I didn't think it. I think it was more so a tad bit of awkwardness than it was shade. That's how I take
No,
it.
it was very awkward. I don't think it was shade. I felt like Brandy
Yeah.
tried to address the elephant in the room and make
She
light of
tried to
it.
make it an icebreaker.
But Monica was not. She did not want to participate.
She probably was like, "Look now, bitch. Like we just got back cool now. Let's not bring up the one thing that makes it bad. Now let's not bring that up."
She's like,
But
Why would you say that? It's
Yeah,
just like,
right. It was too funny.
joke.
But I mean, like I said, if people look at like all the videos from behind the scenes and the interviews that they did, after that, you will understand that they really are in a good place. It's not what people want it to be. Because I feel like when it comes down to Brandy and Monica, people want mess. Like they want it. They want the mess. Like everybody just sitting up there analyzing. Did you see how she looked? Did you see how she turned her head? Did you see her feet and how they gonna look for any of that damn thing.
I mean, and those moments were there. And that's why it's just like that's how you saw that Brandy was having a lot more fun because there was so many clips of people just posting like I think either especially like when Brandy's songs are playing, like Brandy's over there singing to herself, she's getting her live, Monica's over there like
Right. I can't. You know what? And before we get into this, I said something on my community wall, and I was like, "Yeah, that was a great versus. What about a YouTube versus?" And then I said, "How the fuck would that even work? And why is that even in my head?" I was like, "A YouTube versus."
what you gonna do? Post clips of your the
Yeah, like
most viewed video?
yeah, like what the fuck is a versus for YouTube? It's like that's the type of shit that be running through my Aquarian mind. I think of any of that goddamn crazy.
YouTube verse would last about 20 minutes.
Listen, okay, like
Oh,
listen.
that's not nah.
That ain't like how could that even work? Like what
It
is
would
your
have to be clips. It would just have to be
yeah?
clips.
It has to be. It can't be live. It got to be pre-recorded, and then it's like the people in the comments got to make the decision on whether it's like oh they won, and I was like, and if there was a YouTube versus, who would y'all want me to go against? But then I turned around and I was like, well, I already know who y'all gonna pick. It's gonna be Brandy and Monica all over again, so I already know who the fuck y'all gonna pick that one. If that
It'd be a hot mess. Hot mess.
Somebody said you though. I'm like, why would I go against Jamar?
Girl, how you gonna child? No.
Oh my
Child,
god.
you got the catalog, child.
So let's get into the records. Let's get
Break them down. Break them down.
and the first song that was played, and I will say that Brandy came in swinging like she wanted to get her lick back from 1998 when she came up in here with "What About Us." I'm like, when I heard "What About Us," I'm like, ooh, bitch, you better give it to me. You better give it to me. Now,
You
"What
return.
About Us" is one of my favorite records from Brandy.
It's
Okay,
so and it makes you feel like, bitch, what the fuck did you
like
when you really
anytime I was anytime I was like when I was ever in a relationship, except the one with the older guy that we'll talk later.
Mm,
But um yeah, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like anytime I was in a relationship and it was going bad, I would always play What About Us. That'll be one of my favorite songs. Like I love What About Us. Like the beat, the way she sings, the video, the look. She came back swinging even back then when it first came out. Like I was here for it from the jump. Here for it.
mm,
I was like
I,
12 when it
yeah.
came out.
I was like, okay, I see what we doing. This is what I'm
Right.
here
Like,
for.
I'm like, okay, bitch, you better let everybody know that you back. You ain't Moesha no more. It's not the 90s. You better let them know you finna come in swinging, bitch, as a grown bitch. Not a teenage bitch, but a grown bitch. So, yeah, I was happy she started off with What About Us, child. I was.
I loved it. I was like, okay, I'm ready, girl. Let's keep it
Yeah,
going. Monica, what you got?
yeah, like, bitch, give it to me. Give it to me. That's all I was saying. Like, bitch, give it to me. Like, okay, I said, now, Brandy coming in for blood. She gonna start off with this shit. Like, I thought she
Right,
was
I'm
gonna
gonna say
start
now you gotta come back with some good shit. You can't go with no deep cuts. You gotta go with some good shit.
Then, after What About Us, Monica came back with everything to me. And I was like, okay, but I didn't expect for her to come back to What About Us with everything. Why she's looking like that?
No, that was. I mean, no, that was not what you should have. because that I felt like you just conceded to Brandy in that. If there was a round, you conceded. If there was a round, you conceded. I was like, I mean, I felt like she just wanted to get that out the way. That's halfway what I felt like. Like you just want to get that out the way. I was like, girl, I mean, she was cute.
I'm like, you could have waited for this one. You know what I mean? Like, but I really don't know what else could have went up against What About Us at that moment. Cause
I mean, What About Us is, I mean, you could have, I mean, she could have stayed in the realm of that same like type of energy. She could have dropped Sideline Hole right then.
child, I was surprised she even dropped it anyway.
I was too. I was like, okay,
Like
okay.
we're gonna get into that later when we get to the song. But that's not to take away from the fact that everything to me is an incredible song, incredible vocal. Like I love that song, but I don't know if I would have used everything to me to be a response to What About Us. It kind of was like niche and match.
Yeah, it was mismatched. I was like, this. They don't feel like they're on the same level to
Yeah,
like make it like a back and forth type of thing.
yeah, like if it was ballad to ballad, then I would understand it. But I was like, okay, she already starting off with the slow jam. But at the same time, most of Monica's singles are slow jams. If they're not slow jams, they're mid tempo songs. So, if that's mostly what you got as your popular tunes, then what else can you say? But
True.
um What About Us and Everything to me, both are incredible songs. I love both. But if I had to choose one at that particular moment, I would choose What About Us.
Let's say yeah, she conceded that round.
Yep.
Next round.
Okay, so the next song was Brandy's He Is. Why?
So
Why? Why?
because it was supposed to be a it was supposed to be like the last single, and I'm like, it's supposed to be like a fan favorite, which it is good. But it was at this moment when I said, now Brandy, if you pulling in this, if you leave this verses and don't give me when you touch me, we are going to fight. we, we are going to go head to head. Now we're gonna talk about that moment later. But at this moment in the verses, that's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm like, he is good. He is one of those songs that I have yet to. You know why? I just thought about it. I don't like he is because I can't relate to the shit.
Yeah, I can't relate to it.
I don't
Well,
know nothing
I
about none
can,
of
but
what you're talking.
I can though. I know who he is. We just ain't we ain't there yet, but I know who he is. You know what I'm saying? So
I
yeah.
would like to, but since I haven't, that's why I love What About Us so much. I know that.
But you don't know who he is right now, so you're not gonna be feeling he is. You know what I'm saying? So
Like I know that, but I just like, oh girl.
Monica responded with A Dozen Roses.
Both was that was a single, right?
That was a single. It was one of her flop singles, but it was a single. However, I was very surprised when she played it because Monica normally pays the makings of me dust. She never performs anything off that album except for every time the damn beat drop. That's what she performs. So it's like I was very excited to hear her play A Dozen Roses because that's one of my favorite Monica songs, to be quite honest. Like for
Mm-hmm.
real, for real,
I
for
was like,
real.
oh, what's this?
Yeah, and of course, the Queen, Missy Elliott, wrote and produced it. Yes, 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 yes. She was in the background with the new Monica shout. I love to hear that shit. But no, no. When I say it was a flop, I'm saying it was a flop chart wise. Now,
Oh
material wise,
yeah.
it wasn't, but that song didn't do anything on the charts. Like it didn't do anything. Like we gonna keep it real here. It didn't do anything like
And I mean, this round they kind of did the same song, the same type of song. I think I do. Hmm. I probably like Monica's more.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with A Dozen Roses because I don't even like he is like that. So of
I
course
don't
I
either.
don't
I
know.
really don't. It's not bad, but it's not gonna be the song I will go to. Like if I go to Full Moon, is gonna be at the very low.
Hell, he is get skipped every time I listen to Full Moon. So there you have it with that one. So great background vocals, great harmonies, and all
Yeah,
that.
it's probably because I don't want to hear you talk about somebody that I don't know nothing about that.
Exactly,
It
child.
make me sad shit.
Right. So I guess we both agree that Monica kind of wins that one. The
Mm.
Roses. Okay, so the next one, Brandy came back with Full Moon. When I heard that,
I was like, well, well. Honestly, I was just like, at a lot of moments in this, when Brandy would play a song, I'm like, girl, I don't care what Monica put on. Monica can put on Jesus Christ singing in the shower. And I'm like, Brandy.
I had got a little bit afraid when she played Full Moon. I'm like, oh my God, what is Monica gonna play against me?
Because I'm like, girl.
If she plays some slow shit like she did with What About Us and everything to me, bitch, I'm gonna be fucking mad. So let's get into the Full Moon and how much of an experience that song is. Like
Bitch.
when I was 13 and when that video first came out, like I was just like, bitch.
Is that the video when she was like in the car and there was like all these effects going on in the background? She's like, when I went up in the club.
Like everything about that song was like everything. The vocals, the beat, like the lyrics, everything. So yeah, Full Moon was everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that made me scared for Monica because I'm like, bitch, she can play Full Moon. Bitch,
I was like, girl, now this is a girl, what you got, sis? I was like, oh, Brandy's coming out. I said, I like this. She coming out the gate.
yeah, like what is that? Like what you got? So then Monica comes back with So Gone. And I'm like, okay,
Well,
bitch.
okay. I'm glad that you came. You put your boxing gloves on because I was like, girl, for mood is.
If you try to come back from Full Moon with some motherfucking before you walk out of my life, we gonna have a damn problem. Like, don't you do that. Don't you do
um, this is a great round.
I'm gonna say it's a tie. I can't choose.
Yeah, because I was like, ooh, I like both for different reasons.
I can't.
So yeah, that was good. That was definitely a tie.
Yes, it was. Like that was a tie. Like I can't choose between Full Moon and So Gone. That like those are two songs I cannot choose between. Full Moon and So Gone, I can't. I can't. I cannot. I cannot choose
And I
between.
will not. And I will not.
Exactly. I can't. It's too much to try to choose from. Like I ain't even gonna put myself through the stress and the worry. Oops, my bad.
Girl,
Myself. I ain't trying to get us copyright, child. But
okay.
yeah, I'm not even gonna do that to myself. So then the next round was I wanna be down, bitch.
Girl, I was like, oh, Monica, girl.
When I heard that,
Wait, this reminded me. Hold on, wait. I don't. Did you feel like? Because nobody. I didn't really think about this at the time, but somebody was like, "Did you think it was shady?" When Brady was like, "So there was this time when I was at this party for this premiere, and I ran to Tupac, and she gave this whole story about when she met Tupac and how he mentioned her in her song, and then they played his song, and then it remixed it to her song." I was like, Brady, you knew what the fuck you were doing. You was like, I'm gonna give this a little bit more oomph, a little bit more context, so that, so I could give this a little bit more of a punch. I knew what you were doing.
but I want to be down is a Brandy essential. Like you can't talk about Brandy without talking about I want to be down. Like I just feel like you can't. You can't talk about Brandy without saying I want to be down. Like you
I was very surprised she didn't get up. Mm, mm, mm,
can't.
I was.
I want to say I want to be down is probably one of my top 10, if not top 5 favorite Brandy songs. Like I get in the whole vibe when I hear I want to be down. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I'm like bitch. It's something about I want to be down, Jamar. For me, like
It's because it's like one of the first. It goes to like what 1990 what four.
yes.
So girl, that was in the bulk of the 90s.
Yes, like it's something about that song that just gets me into the spirit of that. Like as soon as I hear that beat drop, I know I'm finna jam. And it didn't make it any better that she added the epic ass remix to that song with Queen Latifah, MC Light, and fucking Yo Yo, even though we all skip Yo Yo's first. But that's a whole nother story. However, I was so happy when she put that remix in there because that remix is everything. Like, period.
I said I'm gonna be biased and pick Randy every round. I picked Monica the second round. Just picked Monica's song, child. I'm not completely just biased and shit. If the truth is the truth, bitch, then
Oh shit!
it is
Now,
what it is. So what does she respond to? I want to be down.
don't take it personal. Just one of them days. That's
Oh,
her response.
she
I would.
saved herself.
She didn't save herself, but don't take it personal. I think at this point, Brandy was like, "Okay, bitch, listen. I already stumbled when I played that slow ass everything to me after you played what about us. I'm not finished. I'm not. I learned my lesson from that. Now I ain't gonna play this. I ain't gonna play this game no more. I'm not gonna play this fucking game. This is not gonna play it. I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna play it. But it's this is also a hard one for me because I love both songs.
They're both from the same era. They both pull that same nostalgia.
They do.
So
It's hard. I don't want to keep putting ties the whole damn
I
time,
don't either. And
but
I feel like we'll probably just pick our own just because we probably identify more with the one that we've listened to probably the most. So, I mean, really, even if I'm being honest with that, I listen to both. Honestly. Oh, you know what? Damn.
it's difficult with this one. Like it's hard to pick.
I'm
Like
not doing it. It's a it's a tie. Every time I try to say one or the other, I'm like, but what about, so I'm not
to
doing it.
be honest, at first I was like, well, I'm gonna say I want to be down, but then I was like, no, but don't take it personally. And it's like, no, this is time. This is a time. Like
Yeah, this is a tie. And if anybody debate your mama,
it's a tie, honey. It's a tie.
debate your mama. Next round, please.
The next song is "Baby" by Brandy. That's the next song. That's another one where you hear dun 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 dun. Ah, baby, baby,
Baby,
baby,
baby, baby.
baby, don't you know that you're so fine? Yeah. Yes.
That
Oh,
it sounds so 90s. I just want to put my hat backwards, wear some oversized jeans with a crop top.
like, listen, that song right there.
So 90s.
It's
So
so nice. Everything about that song is the '90s. Everything about it. Everything about it. Everything. Even the way she sings it is '90s. Like straight up. Like the video is '90s. Like everything about that shit is the '90s. Like you cannot tell that when Baby come on, you don't move around when you hear Baby. So that was Brandy's part in that battle. And
mm,
Monica followed up with like this and like that. That's what she followed up with. Um.
I was unfamiliar.
Okay. Okay.
I was.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not surprised that you wasn't that you was unfamiliar with that song because I don't know for some reason a lot of people that I know don't really remember like this and like that. You know, you do have some that do remember like this and like that, but it is some people that really don't remember that song like that. I don't know if it's because we were um, incredibly young, and that was really a B-side to Before You Walk Out of My Life. And I think we all heard Before You Walk Out of My Life more than like this and like that. So
Yeah.
we're more familiar with Before You Walk Out of My Life. But if I had to choose between the two, I would choose Baby.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Baby. You know. Listen, y'all, I'm very unbiased here, okay?
Well, I'm being as fair as possible.
Yeah, like I'm being very unbiased here, so I choose Baby over like this one like that. Yeah, yes she did. Yeah, she did have a video for that song. I do know that, but I do feel like a lot of people are not familiar with that song. And again, it is a B side to Before You Walk Out of My Life, because if you look at the charts, and it always says Before You Walk Out of My Life slash like this and like that. Like
Um,
that was a B side. So, you know. So yes, Brandy wins this one with Baby. So far, we have two ties. Um, Brandy won the first one with What About Us. Monica won the second with A Dozen Roses. Full Moon and So Gone were tied. I Want to Be Down and Don't Take It Personal were also tied. And between Baby and Like This and Like That, we gave it to
Baby
Brandy.
wings.
Okay. So the next round, Brandy comes in with Angel in Disguise. Anything,
Them harmonies at the beginning of Angel. Shut up.
anything.
Shut up. Uh, uh,
I don't even know what she was saying, but and then you see the people in the comments like bitch, those harmonies, bitch, blah, 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 blah. So you see all that. So but I think Angel in Disguise was a single, but it wasn't a single. I think it was a single that was played on the radio because I did see that
yeah, because I don't know if that. I don't believe that ever had a video, but
it had a video.
everybody knew it as though it.
It was a single. Like a lot of people.
Or I wonder if it's one of those things that like those songs in the girls' discography that just like at the time of release they didn't really pay attention to, and the world didn't. But it's like years later, it just people just all of a sudden just love it all of a out of nowhere.
Yeah, that tends to happen sometimes. I ain't gonna lie to you, it does. Monica followed up with "You Should Have Known Better," which is our jailbird anthem of the 2000s.
Um,
I already know who you going. Listen, I love Angel in Disguise. Like I love Angel in
oh, you should have known
Disguise. I
better.
love Angel in Disguise. I
I,
love Angel in
it
Disguise.
is a ratchet song.
But I love You Should Have Known Better because somebody that I used to date was in jail for maybe a couple of days, and I was on that receiver.
Those not be dying, bitch. I actually anything that you play from Never Say Never will never.
At least he's telling y'all that he's a biased ass bitch when it comes down to never say never.
I,
At least telling y'all this.
I these are just. Do you want my opinion?
Right?
It's- these are the facts of life. I will play Angel Disguise many more times over for those harmonies than I will. I mean, maybe because you should have known better. Maybe because I haven't lived it. It is not like something I can pull experience from.
Mm-hmm.
But just the
Which is
sound.
understood. It's just understandable though.
But Angel Disguise, those girl, shut up. Next round.
So we both went two different roads with this one. You choose
Mm-hmm. It was
Angel.
bound to happen.
Yeah, it was, child.
It was bound to happen.
You chose Angel in Disguise, and I chose You Should Have Known Better. Of course, my wretched ass is gonna choose Jailbird song because, like I said, one of my niggas was in jail. He went in jail for months or weeks, but he was in jail for a week. And again, I was on that receiver that whole week. Oh, Brandy comes in with um the song off the Set It Off soundtrack, Missing You with her, Tamia Gladys Knight, and Shaka Khan. Lord have mercy. When she played that song, I'm like, girl, now you're trying to make me cry and be depressed.
I'm like, girl, I mean, I forgot all about that song, mind you.
Huh?
I forgot all about that song.
You did?
I really did. I was like, oh,
Oh,
that's right.
now, see, bitch, if I didn't forget about it,
I completely forgot about that song.
oh my
And
God.
now I'm just like, ooh, after all these people we had that just passed away, child.
Listen, my cousin's anniversary of her death is on Monday. So that shit that shit came at a time. I'm like, God damn, Brandon, you just
Mm,
had to put it in there, child. Like, why?
she knew what she was doing.
Yeah, she knew. So after missing you, Monica follows up with For You I Will.
Okay, okay. Let me tell you this. For You I Will is the only bullet Monica has that can win almost any other Brandy song, because For You I Will, if I could erase all of that bitch's music and only keep one song, it would be For You I Will, bitch.
For you I will lay my life
Fun
on
story.
the line.
Fun story. Me and my friend got into an argument over the lyrics of that song in elementary school, because he thought that it was I will cross the ocean for you. He said it was I will go and bring you the news, NEWS. I'm like, no, girl, I will bring you the moon, you stupid bitch. Like, he's like, no, she just said I'm gonna bring you the. I'm like, does that even make sense when you say that out loud?
Oh my God, like seriously.
Fun fact about that. But yeah, I love that. Plus, it was part of the Space Jam soundtrack, so it was just
One of
like,
my favorite movies, of course.
I
Yeah.
was like, you know what, bitch, you win this.
Yeah, I have to agree. I'll go with For You I Will over Missing You. Like I can listen to For You I Will anytime, but I can't listen to Missing You like that. Like I cannot. I can't listen to Missing You like that. I have to listen to For You I Will. I go For You I Will.
And then the bit, I will. I love that song. Now after that was done, I'm like, ooh, okay, well,
Yeah.
I was hoping you would save that for later. But
Uh, next round, Brandy almost doesn't count.
she wins. She wins, damn it.
I can't
Actually,
say
no, I
that.
don't remember what did Monica play?
We're gonna get into that in a minute.
Oh,
Okay, we're gonna start with almost doesn't count. Almost doesn't count is my top five of my favorite Brandy songs. Like it is top five, and I understand how she felt. Almost made you love me.
girl, shut up. I'm not about to get into that the lyrics of that song. I'm not about
Almost
to do that
made you
today.
cry. Almost
Didn't
made
I,
you
didn't I?
say, deny.
Well,
You had me thinking you were turned around, but everybody
everybody
knows
knows. Oh,
almost doesn't
yeah.
count. Almost
I was
heard
like,
you
you better,
say
girl.
you were finally free. I was always missing for you, babe. You found it in me. This is my part right here. For
You better go.
you get to heaven, half off the ground. But everybody knows almost doesn't count. Okay, stop. I'm seeing the whole damn song.
I like that song is made for like the underdogs the people who always feel like I just get right up to the finish line and can't quite get there. It's like a empathy song.
Yeah.
It's like an empathy song. Like I feel you. I feel seen. I feel seen.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Ooh, I got into a moment. Ooh, ooh. Okay.
I don't feel
Monica,
like anybody goes to that album without playing Almost Doesn't Count.
you can't. You cannot. How
Like
could
if
you
you just
never say never and not? No, you can't. You can't. Um, the song that Monica played in response is "Why I Love You So Much."
uh
See, when they drop that beat to that song, I threw. You see this red? You see this shit right here?
you see through us.
Threw it across the motherfucking room, and I heard that goddamn beat drop, bitch. When I tell y'all that is my number one favorite Monica song out of all her songs, that is my top choice all the time. Like, listen, Monica was 12 and 13 singing shit like you don't never say I'm too young. Thank you, baby. I've been around enough to know just what I want. You don't move too fast or make me rush. No, one day we're gonna talk about making love. No, making love, girl. You ain't number 13. What the fuck?
Well, you know,
Song came out when she was
they
14.
had to play to the. She had a very mature voice at the time, so that's like, well, girl, if we know we gonna be marketing this to people that are older than her, we have to talk about things that people older than her talk about.
Listen, I was just like, bitch, wait a minute now, girl. Like like, bitch, like your mama was fine with you singing that at 13. Like when you was in the studio, when you was recording the album, you was 12 and 13, but when the album came out, you was 14. And I never really just thought about it like that until I got older. And I'm like, the dude who wrote that song, Daryl Simmons, got this 13-year-old girl, 12, 13-year-old girl talking about one day we're gonna talk about making love, no doubt. Like what the fuck? But like you said, her voice was very mature for a 12 or 13-year-old because I don't know if Monica could really sing those popcorn songs with that type of voice. Like
No,
they probably had,
it wouldn't have fit, and I
yeah, they
think
probably
that's
had.
why like Brandy's first album sounds like her voice is so much higher. Then like she wasn't really doing like a lot of low in her low register until the next album on
Right.
really. It was very childlike, and I think that's because she was. They had to market her differently because she was doing like the Moesha, the dolls, and a lot of
Yeah.
stuff associated with like children and the younger crowd. So uh, that's why but Monica just like I can't do that. So I like I have this voice where I can talk about adult stuff, and I don't know if she ever got in trouble for doing that
Yes,
or
because she sung about adult stuff and got away with it.
oh well.
So
I
it's kind of
They probably didn't care. I don't think
yeah,
people really
they probably really didn't give a fuck because
at
of the
the
way she
time.
sounded. You know what I mean? Like I can't imagine being 13 singing a song talking about one day we're gonna talk about making love no doubt or being 12 years old with 12 or 13 years old talking about you never say I'm too young, I've been around enough to know enough. Like you've been around enough at 12? Girl.
Um,
But when it comes down to the actual round, it's a tie for me, child. I can't choose between those two.
I can say that too. I can say that too.
Like I don't think there's
Cause
a
I was like, girl, you have to come with something because she came up with almost doesn't count, girl.
she
They
knew
came with almost doesn't count, girl.
she knew what to do. I have to give it a tie because like almost doesn't count just touches my spirit, but why I love you so much. When I have a man, I play that song.
True.
I have to. Like I have to. I have to. I have to. I have to. Now that song, I can dedicate that to the guy that I. We're not gonna keep talking about him, but he's much older than me, and he never told me I was too young. I've been around enough, and I've been around enough. to know enough to know just what the fuck I want. And bitch, don't throw your shade at me now because I see the look in your eyes.
I said absolutely nothing.
Your eyes did, bitch. Your eyes did. Your eyes say enough, child. Cause you be ready to hurl that shade at my ass. But the next record that we're about to go into from Brandy is I'm young, but I'm wise enough to know that you can fall in love overnight. That's why I thought if I took my time, that everything in love would be right. Then one yeah ass. And as soon as I close my eyes, I say to love goodbye. But I just woo!
Tell you,
Story of my life. Story of my life.
and I was very surprised that Monica went up for that song. I didn't care for Broken Hearted that much.
You did?
Not like I Want to Be Down and Baby or even Best Friend. I was like, it's good, but it's not like on the level that I let everybody else like it. I'm gonna get crucified for that, but that's fine.
I can't believe you didn't like Broken
It's
Hearted.
not that I didn't like it. It's
What
just
you
not
here
the
for?
level that everybody else does.
Let me highlight this comment because I see this a lot too. It was said that I know I'm alone in this, but I prefer the original album version much more. Basically, they prefer the original one without Wanye from Boys to Men.
I
They
mean,
oh,
it's a. I mean, for me, either version. It just depends on what kind of mood you're in. But I could
yeah.
do it with or without it, to be honest. But I, I don't know. It's just not my favorite. I
Okay.
like it, but it's just not my favorite.
Okay. Well, the song that comes on after Broken Hearted that Monica was in response with was Love All Over Me.
Girl, okay.
Must not be
Honestly,
anything.
I don't give a fuck about this round either way.
Oh God.
Because you know how I feel about Love All Over Me. You know how I feel about Love All Over Me.
Every part of me. I know a lot of people think that song is annoying.
I'm actually surprised that she played that song considering the video. I mean, I know she was going to, but I thought because of that she'd probably be like, you know what, let me.
Well, you know, Love All Over Me is one of her bigger records,
It
so.
is, but I know she was like, I don't want to play. I ain't playing this shit no more.
I personally love All Over Me. Honestly, I honestly prefer that over everything to me most of the time, depending on what mood I'm in.
Oh yeah.
But but if I had to choose between the two, I would probably go with Broken Hearted over Love All Over Me. I would. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would. I know you don't really care about this round, but
I I mean, I really hate that song now, and they've ruined it for. I still. It's been 10 years. I still can't do
Love
it.
All Over Me.
Yes, I still cannot. Just, I still say doom doom doom. Nope. Skip, skip.
Oh my
When,
God.
when everything to me was a single and it was still like the only thing playing, and I was like going through the album for the first time, I was
Mhm.
like, "Ooh, I do love this song." As soon as they put that on the radio, it was ruined. It was ruined.
Well, you know they did play the fuck out of this
They
song.
played the. Uh, I was
They,
like,
they,
"Damn, y'all ruined me. Y'all ruined this for me."
they did play the fuck out of it. I ain't gonna take this
But it's
from them.
fine.
Play the fuck out of it. But I will give it to Brandy this time. I love both songs, but if I had to choose one, I choose Broken Hearted. Probably because I relate to it at this moment. Because ain't no love all over me right now.
Right.
Next round, it was, I think Monica started off this round, just going by the list that I got.
Mm.
With Anything to Find You, the song with Rick Ross. I was surprised that she even played that.
I was shocked.
Like, she ignores that song. She never plays that fucking song. She don't even perform it. So when she played it, I'm like,
I was like, what? And I was seeing people on my timeline like, is this new? I was like, girl, they really did not know. Anything, now, I'm surprised that I know this. But Anything to Find You, correct me if I'm wrong, was supposed to be the lead off of New Life.
it was. It's supposed to have Lil Kim on it.
It was?
Lil Kim was actually on the record.
Oh,
I don't know if you heard the version with Lil Kim, but when the song first came out, it was Lil Kim and Rick Ross. But then there was an issue with the clearance of the song, and Miss Wallace, Biggie Smalls' mother, did not want Kim on the song. Kim was going to remain on the record. Monica couldn't release it,
uh,
so Monica had to snatch Kim off the song and leave Rick Ross on there. So
I remember that because at the same time, I remember Mary J. Just put out 25/8.
yes, she did.
That's how I remember the time period. I'm like, yep, that was at the same time. I'm like, wow, she really, my, why you do that, girl? Did nobody know that song,
You
child?
know, we all know how I feel about New Life as a whole.
Girl, you just shade her endlessly.
But
Anything to find you, not,
but Coffin Life is not for me.
child.
But I do love Anything to Find You though. That is one of my favorite up tempos from her. I'm just still surprised that.
As we proceed to
Right.
get what you
I'm
need.
still surprised that she played it,
I
honestly.
was too. I hadn't heard that song since you played it the first time it came out. Because like it's not even on the standard edition of New Life. It's a bonus.
It's a bonus track.
It's at the bottom of the bonus tracks too, bitch.
Like, it's a bonus track, bitch. Like, it goes to show you that she really, really wanted that song to be forgotten about at this point.
Didn't
Because
get no.
she was excited about it when it first came out because Kim was on it, but after everything with the legal shit, she was over it. And I don't even think she really wanted to put it on her album. That's why she just snuck it in as a bonus track and the very last track at that. Brandy came back with Sitting on Top of the World. And to be honest, that's a no-brainer for me. I'm gonna go.
Anything on Never Say Never will win in my eyes.
But I'll go with Sitting on Top of the World. I ain't gonna lie. Some people
Sitting
say,
on top of the world, top of the world, top of the world, top of
what makes you think that I had
the world.
to yeah.
I love her up tempo. She can give you a cute little up tempo when she wants to.
She can now. She can. So I'm gonna give her that. I'm gonna give her that. The next round, awkward ass round. Um, Monica came in with Still Standing. I can't believe she even played it.
When I said this, I was like, huh,
Still,
okay. That's one of the songs from that album. I mean, it kind of was like a good prelude into the rest of the album because it was the first song, first track, but it just got better from there. So why choose that one? Of all the songs, you're gonna pick a non-single song from Still Standing. Why that one?
I'm still confused as to why she chose to pick that. Like, it's other songs she could have played. Like, why would you play
You
Still
could
Standing?
you might as well do One in a Lifetime, Believe in Me. Like
She could have played All Eyes on Me for that matter. To be honest. Like, and that's not me taking away from Still Standing because I actually like that song, but I just didn't think it really should have been here. Like, I'm like, why is it here? Like, why? Like, no, like,
y'all
no.
notice how Scotty took he changed everything from Still Standing to Scotty by Nature TV. She took Still Standing completely out the equation.
Everything got it on nature, honey. Rebranding, okay, rebranding. But Brandy came back with Borderline, her new single Borderline. So to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. I'm still trying to get used to the whole Borderline
That
song.
was that was so bizarre.
That whole round is bizarre,
I like somebody. Well, I was scrolling on Twitter because the social media is always fun when this type of stuff is going on.
hilarious.
People was like, "Girl, we don't care about none of these recent albums, child. We want to go to the '90s. Maybe stop at like 2002, 2000. We don't care about none of this new music, child, because we don't know it. There's
It's so funny that people be. Let me tell you something. Did you go to the Great Escape tour?
to what?
The Great. No, you didn't. I was asking you, did you go to the Great Escape tour? Because that tour had
Oh,
Tamar,
girl,
Monica, and all them other people.
I wanted to, but I did not.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you like this: when Escape performed, and they went into their intermission, um, they played one of their newer songs. And mind you, Escape did a whole EP without Candy in it. Like it was just the three girls in it. And they played one of the songs called what was it called? Memory Lane. Because before they went to the intermission, they were like, "Okay, this is a new record from us. It's called Memory Lane." And one of the girls in the audience was like, "Girl, we don't want to hear that shit. Y'all better get into the old shit. We don't even know this. Like, we don't want to hear this shit. Like, are you serious? Like, what the fuck they mean, Memory Lane? Like, I'm like,
Oh shit!
bitch, I was screaming.
But
Okay,
I understand why Brandy wants to still. I mean, because she did just put an album out. I
yeah,
mean, I'm on this platform where my music is being highlighted. I'm going to promote my newest music, but we didn't care. And everybody likes that song. That album. I have to be on Mars for that album. I really do. I really,
well, I don't know if Jamar is even gonna choose anything in this particular battle. It's really
I
not.
guess I'll give it to Still Standing because of the rest of the album. Because
I
of its association with the rest of the album, I'll give it to it.
That doesn't take away from the fact that I like Borderline because I do, but I'm not so settled into it to call it one of my favorite records. Like I'm still getting used to the whole Borderline song, but I choose Still Standing. I'm just saying. The next round is okay. So I guess this was the battle of the recent number ones. Brandy and Monica both have had a number one urban AC record over the last year or year and a half or so. So Monica played Commitment. I was very surprised that she played Commitment. I'm like, bitch, first you play Still Standing, now you playing Commitment. But
I
I
was
understand why you played
I
it
mean,
because it was number one. I understand why you would play it. I do. But I was surprised that she played that song. I really was. I thought she was gonna play that song complete dust for real. I really did.
wasn't that supposed to be the lead single off whatever album she's supposed to be putting out that came out?
Chapter 38 that is not, and now it has to be changed because I ass ain't 38 no more. And listen,
Oh yeah, like Chapter Child.
if she comes out with this album and Commitment is on there, I'm really gonna be pissed.
You know it is.
She better not put Commitment on that fucking album. I'm gonna be so mad. Like, bitch, don't do that.
She,
No.
I'm gonna tell you,
Please don't do that. It better not be no bonus track. It better not be shit. I don't want to see it on there.
it's gonna be a bonus track. It's going to be a part of that track list, and you know it.
Oh god, jeez. I just anyway. She played Commitment, and Brandy came back with the Daniel Caesar collaboration, which was Love Again.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's like
I can't.
I, I,
It's like, where do you go from here with this one? Like this is one of those rounds that was kind of
that was really Daniel Caesar's song. It was one of them situations where like, oh, this song was on another album but it kind of became so big that I just want to put it on my album. Well, but I'm just like, and then Daniel Caesar's already canceled, so
he is.
girl, yes, he did a live long time ago. Long story short, was like, y'all need to be nicer to white people. They don't what they be doing.
Oh wow.
So, sure. So I was just like, girl, I'm not here for this.
Well, I guess
I'm not here for this. Whatever.
and I guess
No,
I'll go with that. I
I
go with
mean, another
that.
round. You can give
This was around that all you could say was
you can give it to whoever you want to this time, child.
right. Okay.
Whatever.
Next battle, Monica comes in with. Oh wait a minute. Yes, Scotty, he is canceled. See, I don't know anything about Daniel Caesar. I didn't know nothing about him until he
Mm-hmm.
with Brandy, to be honest. So,
So I saw that. I was just like, oh, girl, bye.
well, Monica came in with play another slow jam. This time, make it sweet on a slow jam. For my baby. Soulful
Is this
soundtrack.
the collab round that they did?
No, I'm just going by what this list said.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's the case because I know what's next after this, But that was what Monica came with. She came with the Usher collaboration Slow Jam. That's what she came with, and Brandy came back with Put It Down. Oh, what is this? The collaboration thing?
That's the collab round.
She came back with Put It Down. Put It Down.
Okay, well, I mean, Monica wins this round, but Put It Down grew on me only
Yeah.
because of the choreography. Only because of the choreography makes me laugh. And like, girl, anybody who has listened to 211 know that Put It Down has no business on that album. Put It Down has no business on that. Nothing else on that record sounds anything like it.
I'm gonna put it down. You gonna follow love. I'm gonna put it down. You gonna.
I'm like, and then it was with Chris Brown. I'm like, how random is this?
I was surprised that she did that song with Chris Brown. I was, but I did like it though. But I go with Slow Jam though. Slow Jam is
I
more of
was
my.
saying, yeah, I did it to Slow Jam. I was like, Brandy, why did you, of all the songs from the child, you could have did Wildest Dreams if you
She didn't even play that. That's
girl.
another thing. She didn't even play that. Like, girl, really? Let's not get into how she just pay complete dust to human
Oh
off.
baby,
She
dust,
she didn't even play right here
dust.
the party. Like she didn't even play like she could at least play that. Like when Monica played
Human didn't even get like an interlude.
like when Monica played Still Standing, she could have played right here the party.
She really, I mean, yeah, when Monica played Still Standing, you could have came a long distance and had a good chance, child.
Like what I
You
tell
would have won
you.
that for me.
But you and I both knew this that she would pay human complete dust. She does
Knew.
not fuck with human.
I knew for sure that she was gonna completely ignore the fuck out of Human. I
Like
thought she was gonna ignore 211 too.
I did too. I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't even believe that. But she might
And I
as
was like,
well
"Nigga, what
ignored
the
it.
song?"
She may as well ignore it. She didn't play Wildest Dream. She may as well fucking ignore this shit. But okay, child.
Girl, 211. Mm.
Oh God. But the
211
next
got great music on there, but go ahead.
the next round, Monica came in with I should make a move, but I won't. I know you probably thinking something is wrong. Knowing if I do that, it won't be right. I wanna get down, but not the first night. Ooh. I can't say that I don't want to get down the first night.
Because you're a whore. I I was unfamiliar.
You were?
I was.
Oh wow!
Was this on After the Storm?
That was on the boy's mind.
Oh, child, I did not know.
Oh,
Not
wow.
even gonna lie to you, I did not know. Everybody was like, "Ooh, the first time." I'm like,
And that was one of her number one songs too. Hot 100 number one, they said. So
"Damn, I missed that completely."
that was number one on Hot 100 and R&B. So
I missed that
that was a big song
completely.
for her.
I missed that completely.
The song that Brandy played in response was "Who Is She to You?"
Girl, when Who's She to You came out, that was probably one of the lowest points in your career, bitch. One of the lowest points in your career. Because it was like the whole marriage debacle was going on.
Oh my God.
And it was just a mess. If you was gonna play let me tell you something.
No,
I was waiting. I didn't get my I Want to Be Down dance. I was already mad about that. I was waiting for Brandy to get up and like,
Now you gonna play that. Yeah, now she wasn't gonna play that. You know she wasn't gonna play that. You know she wasn't gonna play that.
I wanted that so bad.
You know she wasn't gonna play that shit. You
I
know
wanted
it.
it so bad. I wanted it so bad.
Ha 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 ha
Uh,
ha
uh,
ha
whatever
ha.
gonna gotta be, don't
Don't
hesitate.
hesitate, holla at me. But you know she wasn't gonna play that.
I,
But I like Who Is She to You though. That's one of my favorite songs, probably, but off that album. But I'm gonna go with the first night though.
girl, they're gonna crucify me for not knowing the first night, child. I didn't know, girl.
They are really ready to read you for that. They
I did
are.
not know that. I did not. That's not even shit. I did not know it.
Okay, so the next round, Monica came in with Knock Knock. Don't tell me you didn't know that either. Now you talk about me with these pop bitches, and you don't. I just, Jamar. Knock Knock was on After the Storm, by the way. Another Missy production, but that doesn't help. Brandy comes in with Best Friend. So
Well,
I go with Knock Knock because I don't really care for Best Friend like that.
best friend is very kids, very family reunion, very like graduation open house while you play like a collage of your high school memories in the background.
Right.
But I know it.
Boom.
That's what I'm gonna go with.
Now let's be clear. I like Best Friend, but I did say I don't care for it like that, but I like it. I don't love it. I like it, but I would never choose it over Knock Knock. So
Fair.
this is our opinions kind of clash.
Mine's just by default.
Yeah, it's just by default because you don't think it's Knock Knock, so that's why you're gonna go with that. The next round, Monica comes in with, well, I never meant to cause you no pain. I just wanna go back to being the same. Monica, how she come in at the end? I wanna go on back. I wanna go back, baby.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
I be knowing them ad libs, honey. I be
The
knowing.
internet, like I love that song, mind you.
But them shoes
But the internet
has
had
ruined it.
ruined that song to where I just cackle every time it come on. Cause all I could see is
That's just like how you can't really listen to Mary J. Blige. Don't mind like that because all you're gonna think about is
oh, baby, crispy chicken. Crispy chicken.
Chris.
Crispy chicken. I knew the crispy chicken song before I knew it was an actual song on her album.
It's so sad. That's so
What's in the new chicken wrap?
Anyway,
Now, don't let it be. Now, the crispy chicken, it did slap a little bit. Don't get me wrong, but I do like that song. But them shoes, that y'all really, I never would have paid attention to them shoes, but the internet.
Brandy came back in response with, "Seems like ever since understanding there is someone else I think I'm adding you. Can't seem to forget
I mean,
you
come on.
over you. How can one be down to me that it's
Sitting up in my room. It's literally the quarantine song. Like,
my heart? I have a one concern. How can I get with you?
it's sitting up in my room. Let me tell you.
I'm gonna do be sitting
Sitting
up in my
in my
room.
room. In my
Quarantine about you. I just don't
girl.
you. I can't say that. It's a tie for me.
Sitting up in my room is probably one of the, like, whenever I think of Brandy, that's like one of the first songs that comes to my mind. If I'm like thinking of retro Brandy, like when she had like the micro braids, like
I can't choose like both of those songs are just epic to me. Like I have to give it a tie because I can't put one over the other for me. I can't. Now if this was some fucking still standing shit, sitting up in my room all day. If this was some fucking shit,
girl.
some
Child.
hit before you walking about life all the way. But I can't. This is too
You know
hard.
what I was waiting on, and I think she probably couldn't do it again because of legal reasons. But I think she did like a small blurb in there somewhere in the remix. If she pulled out Impossible, like as the full Impossible,
Yeah.
from the girl, I was like, ready.
Impossible. Impossible.
Impossible.
I know I can't sing, but
But
when I'm
yes,
in spirit, I have to sing. I'm sorry, but because this is nostalgia all over again.
let the spirit use you, child. Let the spirit use you.
Cause y'all gotta understand, these was the shit. Like and when, like this was back in the '90s, where when you heard your song come on the radio, you'd be like, "Hey,
Because you couldn't just go to YouTube or pull it up on a streaming site and play the song.
what?" You had
And
to
if you
sit
didn't
there
have
and listen to
your
the
CD
radio.
player handy, then you couldn't
Right.
shit either.
If your mama didn't want to buy the CD, you had to tape the motherfucking song. You had to buy you them blank tapes from the dollar store and put it in the damn radio and tape it off the radio. Because I swear to God, I used to do that shit. I taped so many songs.
Baby, I didn't
Listen,
really. Yeah, it was all I had to catch on the radio. I just started having like my own until I bought like CDs.
listen. I remember when So Gone first came out. That was like the last year I was taking songs off the radio. And I remember calling up to the radio station, asking him. I really said it on the air too, because I said, I would like to request a song. I want to hear Monica So Gone. They said you called here So Gone every day. I said I need to tape it this time. I really said that on the radio. I said that on the radio. You should have known.
You probably did. I ain't even gonna question you. I know you probably did.
No, I did. I was 14 then, so you should know that I've been not giving a fuck about what I say. I really did say that on
But yeah, I was using like Grace said back in the day with Kaiser, whatever the fuck it was. Because I remember I had downloaded Mary J. Blige's "Be Without You," which was my shit at the time. I
the
remember I ripped the fuck out of that off of that Kaza Media desktop app when we was
radio.
ripping music. Sure
Bitch,
did.
ain't nothing ever gonna
With
be
you, just can't
like,
live without you, baby.
ain't nothing ever gonna be better than LimeWire. Oh,
Baby, LimeWire was great, but gave me so many viruses, child.
right. It was a great thing to use, but them viruses, you had to keep you a damn virus protector on hand when you had LimeWire. Like
And then
straight
people
up.
just downloading just straight up porn from like
You could get anything off LimeWire, like anything.
anything, child.
I think one of the first downloading things that he used to download music like that was probably Napster. I think that was the very first
Ooh,
thing.
Napster. I didn't use Napster because I didn't really, I wasn't hip to it at the time
Yeah,
because I
I
didn't
still take
understand
it.
it.
I'm still
uh,
taking shit early 2000s, like, you know. So,
but what was the next round, child?
okay, so the next round, Monica comes in with Every Time the Beat Drop. A Southern classic, I know. I know most people outside of the South didn't give a fuck about Every Time the Beat Drops. But it really wasn't to me, it wasn't that much of a flop as people make it out to be. I mean, granted, like it wasn't like a top 10 hit, but it did peak at number 11 on the urban charts and probably number 40. It was like a top 50 on the Hot 100, so it was a moderate success. But living down south, you would think that that song was like a big hit because they played the shit every hour on the hour. I got so sick of hearing that song. Like if it wasn't every time the beat drops, they were
I
playing.
only know that song through David that was here with us last week because
Yeah.
he, as I said, he introduced me to a lot of Monica's music that I didn't because uh, I don't think either. I just didn't have the exposure. Like a lot of my first cousins that I got a lot of my music introduced to me with were like Destiny's Child, Brandy, Tupac, Michael Jackson. Like a lot of those are like the people I got introduced to. So like I just didn't have the exposure
Right.
to like that.
Hmm.
So growing up, outside of just like the big undeniables hits. But yeah, I didn't know that one especially until like 4 or 5 years ago.
I will say that that song was very big down here. Like it was. And I don't know.
I
It's
just feel
like
like
I
people
said
up tempos from Monica. I feel like every time she tries to do one, it just doesn't really.
to my up tempo.
Yeah, I feel like people don't want up tempos from Monica. Every time she try to do one, y'all don't buy it.
They don't. They don't. It's either like we want to hear you sing. We want to hear you sing. We don't want to hear you do that bullshit. Whatever. But I don't know. But it really wasn't that bad of a song. But I will say, like that summer, they played the fuck out of Every Time the Beat Drops down here. If it wasn't Every Time the Beat Drops, they played Me and You by Cassie all the fucking time. And then they, I can hear her sing every Saturday. And that song played by Latoya, heard Latoya all fucking day, and you heard Get Up by Sierra all damn day.
Shit, that was my shit.
So,
That was 2006. That was like Candy Shop, um, Can't Leave Him Alone, Promise,
ooh, a good
uh,
time.
London Bridge.
I think On the Bridge was 2006.
That whole
Um,
era.
this was Girl by, Nelly Furtado, that was out back then. Like, it was like a lot of,
That's some good
Cherish
shit.
came,
Great era. That was a
Cherish came,
do it,
Do
do
It
it,
Too.
do it, do it. When did what is her name? Nivea Complicated?
Nivea,
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 when did Complicated come out?
2005.
That is still my shit to this day.
She's so slept on. Like, they don't give her props.
All day dreaming about you always complicated.
Oh, we get all off topic. Woo. Okay. Brandy came back in response to Every Time the Beat Drops with Talk About Our Love featuring Kanye West.
I mean, hmm, this is a tie.
This I was about to say that because it's kind of hard.
It's
Like
like they were
know,
both very lukewarm songs. So it's like they were really like lukewarm songs.
I'll go with both.
They were both like lukewarm songs.
um. So I guess the next one were basically when they started playing like certain songs that fans like. I guess I think and Monica gave a shout out to Carisha, aka Young Miami, and she played sideline hoe.
Whoa,
Ho,
whoa, whoa.
ho,
Now I did
sideline.
the harmony that they gave. Oh.
And
So wait, do
I,
it again, do it again. Oh.
ho, listen. I was surprised when Monica played sideline.
Use a hoe.
Like,
Use
you
a
know what
hoe.
my favorite line of this song is? And I said it on my Facebook. If you don't make his breakfast, use a sideline hose. And a woman that I know personally that's married, she commented on my post. She said, "Well, I guess I'm a sideline hoe then, and I'm married because I don't make his breakfast." Like, well, I don't cook, so I guess I'm a sideline hoe too. But I was surprised that she played sideline hoe. I was very surprised when she played that. And of course, Carisha would want her to play that. No shade. But I saw Sierra from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta in the comments saying, I just want her to play sideline hoe. I know you do. You deal with a lot of them.
uh,
But anyway,
uh,
um, so Brandy came in with a fan favorite, and it goes by the name of Put That on Everything. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna go with that.
wait, so you said what now?
Brandy came in with the fan favorite in response to Sideline Hold called Put That on Everything from the Never Say Never album. And I'm gonna
Eh,
go with Put That on Everything.
really? I thought you was gonna stick with the hoe. I'm surprised.
Listen, ever since you had me listen to Never Say Never, I do have my favorites off of that. And
He
that
has
is
been
one.
delivered.
That is one of them. I ain't gonna lie, that is
That's
one
what
of
I'm.
them. Now,
I
if this
mean, we
was
can debate on Full Moon songs versus other songs. We can debate any other album. Anything from Never Say Never Win Win in my book. Anything.
listen, like if this was any other time, I probably would have went with Sideline Ho. Honestly, I am a ratchet bitch. I would go with it, but I had to go with that. Like from the beat alone, just giving me a vibe, so I had to go with that. The next round, Monica brought us in with the song that put her back on the map, which was her collaboration with Keisha Cole, "Trust."
Oh yeah.
That was I love that song. Uh,
Whenever I think of trust, I think of Monica at the BET Awards with them shoulder pads and that whatever that short hairstyle that she had going on, wearing Keisha out, and Keisha was like, "Damn, bitch, hold up, let me say this shit."
you noticed that too, right?
He was like, "Bitch,
You
shut
noticed
up."
like, yeah, because one was like, in your life, I don't care what the like, I'm like, Keisha was like, wait a minute, bitch, it's
I
my
remember that.
performance.
I remember that.
I was the only one that noticed that shit. Like, Monica took over that stage. Sorry,
I
Keisha, but she
remember
took it.
that. I do remember that.
But that's one of my favorite Keisha songs, and it's probably one of my favorite
It
Monica
is.
collaborations. Like, for real.
Is that from
A
Don't
Different
Tell
Me.
Me Woman to Woman?
So, A Different Me. Damn, you went far back. It's off A Different Me. That's that third album
Oh, it
where,
was. I'm okay.
yeah. Um, and the song that Brandy responded to with this was also a fan favorite that Jamar has been trying to get me to get into for the longest. And I will say that after hearing it on the verses, it's made me play it a little bit more. Now I understand why people love it so much. And it's When You Touch Me.
Bitch.
I haven't stopped playing that song since verses. I'm like,
I was so I was so happy that she acknowledged the slay.
I can't even believe. Honestly, I didn't expect her to play "When You Touch Me." I didn't.
When you touch me, it is the it just gets better as the song goes on. The bridge, and she just, girl, shut up.
So I used to wonder why people love that song so much, and I think
It,
on the last show that we did last week, he was like, "Bitch, we gonna listen to When You Touch Me. You gonna have to give me to When You Touch Me." And I'm like, "What?" But then I listened to it, and I'm like, I was in my bed listening to it. I guess that's what I did. I was in my bed. I just
me,
I was laying in my bed. I was like, "Oh, I see why."
mm, hallelujah.
I'm gonna I'm gonna give this a tie though.
Girl, you tripping.
I'm gonna give it a tie.
You are tripping out of your ever loving mind.
Now I just got into When You Touch Me days ago. Now I could be
I knew if
just going
whatever
through
girl that Monica can, when you touch me, will wear it. I don't care.
you.
You
You listen. I just got into that song, so you got to give me credit. At least I didn't just be
I
biased
will give you
and go
credit.
trust. I could
I'll
have
give
been
you credit.
biased and said trust. Now I ain't
I'll give you
listen.
credit. But I no.
Anyway,
I don't
the
care.
next song
Do not
was the
care.
next song for the next battle. Monica played. I couldn't even believe that she even acknowledged this album. She played Just Right for Me featuring Lil Wayne.
I was surprised by that too. I'm like, you know that song flopped harder than a fish out of water. You and then that whole video is in black and white and that
And the skating ring. It's a great song though. Regardless of it flopping, it's a good song. But she automatically loses this round
what a
because
brand.
the song that Brandy came in behind her with was Have You Ever. So
Oh
it's
child.
debate.
Now,
It's
Brandon,
no
you should
debate.
have had that in the box. You should not have did Have You Ever
It's no
with
debate.
fucking just right for
It's no debate. None. No debate. Period. No debate. Have you ever? No debate.
girl. Have you
None.
ever would have you in doing the damn slow dang down in the damn shower with a glass of wine, wondering why.
Have you finally found the one you giving your heart to? Only to find that one won't give it heart
It's
to
hard
you.
to you.
Have you ever closed your eyes and dreamed
Dream
that
that
they
day,
were
day,
there?
just
And all
all
you
you
can
can
do
do
is
is
say,
for the
for the
day
day they
that
will carry
I
you
love somebody so
so much.
much. Makes you wanna break down and cry. So bad. You can't
Can't even
sleep,
sleep at
just
night.
can't sleep at
My
night.
darling.
Ah!
Have you ever? Have you ever, ever? Oh,
Uh, have you
have you
ever?
You gotta give a dramatic pause after she says that last part. Have you ever? You gotta give it that dramatic effect. Like you gotta. That's one of those songs.
And
Songs
she's
that when
like
you play,
asking all those questions. She said, "Have you ever?" Yeah, yeah,
listen. When
yeah.
you play that song, it doesn't matter if you're in your room, in your car. You have to. That's one of those songs where you gotta act like you in the video every time you play it.
Looking out into the distance.
Cause I know I do it. I know I do it.
You find
I
that
know.
rainy little window pane, and you
Shit, I'm knocking shit over. But these were the last two songs played. I don't really know if this was like a round per se, but the last song that Monica played was Angel of Mine. Okay. So I don't know if this was necessarily a round because Brandy played The Boy Is Mine after Angel of Mine, and it's really a collaboration, so you know, whatever. But
I mean,
Um,
girl, you used Angela Mine earlier. You should have used Angela Mine instead of still
play
standing.
Why did we say that at the same time? Why did we say that at the same
Why did she use that song?
time? Listen, like that shouldn't have never even been a part of her like battle, like bitch, all those other songs. Now that we got to the end of the verses, let's
Hold
talk about
on,
because I
hold on, hold on. Did you stream Monica new song?
I did.
How do you like it?
It's a grower because when I first heard it, I was like,
And the way that she debuted, it was kind of like we about to take a break. Oh, but by the way, I got a new song. Here it is.
well, if you're being honest, that was a smart move. Like she debuted in front of 1 million people. You better get your damn promotion.
Keep it real. It's like
It
set
was
it.
random.
Don't just kind of drop it like when we say, "Oh, we about to take a break." Oh, but by the way, here's the
Well, she
song.
did say that the original plan was to just drop it after versus was over, but something in her told her to just go ahead and put it on out there
Oh,
right.
okay. Because I'm like that the introduction was kind of slopper, but at least you got it out there.
I mean, it did get to go to number 9 on iTunes on the main iTunes chart, so it did something. So I
Oh
can
yeah,
say that much.
bitch. And I saw still human was nowhere to be found.
And was nowhere to be found, and neither was Cold Red. Neither one of those
Every
was even
every
neither
other
one.
album, I think besides Human and 211, all the other Full Moon and Never Say Never got hell. Even B7 went up there. I was like, what the fuck?
Like I know the Monica albums that went to top 10 was probably I think it was Miss Thing and The Boy's Mind, and I think After the Storm, The Makings of Me, and Still Standing were all in the top 20. But Cold Red was nowhere to be found. I think Cremated Life was somewhere in there, but it wasn't like noticeable. That shouldn't have touched anybody's chart. Period. Um, I
Uh,
definitely didn't see Human at all, and I knew I wasn't gonna
she didn't even acknowledge. She didn't give it an interlude. She didn't talk about
nothing,
it at all.
nothing, like nothing. But now that we're at the end of the verses, are there songs by Brandy that you wish she would have played, or you find with her list?
I would have loved to have heard nothing from Full Moon. I would have loved to have heard Die Without You from Full Moon, Come a Little Bit Closer from Full Moon. I would have loved any acknowledgement of Human. I
Big.
would have liked to have heard Aphrodisiac. Um, I would have loved to have heard any other song but Put It Down from 211. Um, did she play Rather Be? She didn't, did she?
But
She
they played. When the verses first started, before they came on the stage, they were playing most of her B7 records.
yeah,
So you heard Rather Be within
okay.
that.
So I did hear it.
So
I could have sworn I heard it. Um, I think I thought she was gonna play like One Voice, but she ended up playing the Missing You song. That's what I thought she was going. That's what I thought it was at first. I think she covered a lot of ground, but there's like a lot of sides, songs in Full Moon that you could have played other than He Is, child.
just beach. Anyway, now when it comes down to Monica, the issue that I have with her is that she never acknowledges her deep cuts. That's one thing that I hate about her. Like she does not
Sure,
acknowledge her
plays
deep
still
cuts.
standing, child. She plays still
But
standing.
the deep cut, the side that you want to acknowledge is fucking sideline, huh, girl. Bye. However, she never acknowledges her deep cuts. And me going to see her in concert twice, she never acknowledges her deep cuts. Period. Like she only sings the singles, and when she does sing the singles, she bypassed New Life. She don't perform nothing off the album, nothing. And I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. Absolutely fine. Let's act like that album never fucking happened. She doesn't perform anything off Cold Red either. I'm fine with it. We can act like that album never existed either. But my thing of it is like Monk has deep cuts too. And I feel like Brandy did an amazing thing when she did play a deep cut, like play her deep cuts. Like she played, put that on everything, and she played When You Touch Me. When You Touch Me took a life of its another life of its own when she played it. And I saw that in the top 20 of iTunes R&B songs. I'm like, really? She gave new life to that song, no pun
Yeah.
intended. So, that's what she did. And I felt like with Monica, she could have play some of her deep cuts, like on Miss Thing, one of the favorites out there. And if you are willing, Jamar, you can write those down or you can save them to your phone as I list them so you could get into it.
Text them to me later, child.
Okay. However, off the Miss Thing album, you have With You. That's a fan favorite of Miss Thing. Everybody that's a Monica fan loves With You. To be quite honest, if you like, besides With You, there's another song on there called Angel that I love. That's another deep cut. When you go
That's
to,
on the Brandy.
yeah, that's a song that she likes. That's a song that
Mm-hmm.
Brandy likes. Angel. Then on the Boy Is Mine, she could have played Ring the Bell. That's the song that most people that's heard this album likes. Like Ring the Bell. She could play Ring the Bell. She didn't even play Street Sympathy. Symphony. Like she could have played that. She had a whole video for that, didn't even play that. She could have played, I said Street Symphony, Ring the Bell. She could have played I Keep It to Myself, and she could have played Inside. Not really, not Inside. Like fuck Inside. She had a video for Inside, but that was released overseas, so fuck that song. On After the Storm, there's deep cuts she could have played off that. She could have played Breaks My Heart. She could have played I Wrote This Song. She could have played Hurts the Most. I know a lot of bitches that love Hurts the Most. Um, The Makings of Me. I'm not even gonna acknowledge Sideline Hoe. She could have played Why Her. She could have
I
played
actually did like Why Her though.
Why Her. She could have played Hell No. She could have played Gotta Move On. She could have played all of that. Still Standing. She could have just played Here I Am. Most people like that song. She could play Here I Am. Let's see. Are there any deep cuts that's worth mentioning? Coffin Life. I don't think so.
I like I like even I like Take a Chance personally. I like
I don't.
I like
I don't.
Catch Me. I think Catch Me is probably like the strongest song on there.
Yeah, I take Catch Me because I'm not playing. I'm not even gonna give Take a Dump anything. Um, Cold Red. The only deep cut that she could have given us from Cold Red, and there's not many of them. She could have given us Alone in Your Heart
I
or something
know.
like. I don't fuck with I Bore, but that's your opinion.
Girl.
Okay, you know what I'm saying.
Ah, ah,
But but all in all, though, all in all, I enjoyed the verses. Okay, like it was probably one of the best, if not the best, verses that I saw. I know a couple of people said it was boring, but I don't see why.
boring, girl. If you didn't like the music, catch all the shenanigans that was going on at the stage.
Listen, like I'm just telling you what they said, man. But
You
um,
know, you know Dustin Ross from the Friend Zone podcast.
yeah,
Did you see what his ass tweeted on Twitter at the beginning of the verses? He said, "I don't care what nobody say. Brandy wore them white shoes to be funny."
shit. I said that on I said that on my video earlier. I said, Brandy, lady, look, where she going? She was paying homage with them damn before you walk out my life. Damn bitch. Yes, she was. Yes, she was, honey. Yes, she was. Okay.
And then somebody
Uh,
was like, when did Brandy start dressing like Whoopi Goldberg?
bitch, you gonna make me scream. Whoopi Goldberg, bitch. Ah! I am too tickled right now. That is too funny. Like
Ooh.
I cannot. But all in all, we love the versus battle. I really appreciated that. Like the last versus battle that I was here, that I didn't watch all of the versus battles to be quite honest. The ones that I did watch were the ones I was the most interested in, and I did watch the Babyface and Teddy Riley one. I did watch the Jada Kiss and Fabulous one, and of course I watched the Jill Scott and Erica Badu one. I did watch that one. I missed DMX and Snoop Dogg. I wanted to see that
I
one. Missed it.
tuned in because I really didn't understand how verses worked. I didn't really know like their schedule or how they were supposed to be watched. I
Mhm.
tuned into the John Legend Alicia Keys verses.
Oh, I went there.
It was actually enjoyable.
Oh, it was.
It was for the parts that I did see. I was like, oh, that's you know what, bitch. I shade you a lot for this. You didn't care. You done had some cute little ditty bops.
You talking about a Mistress Keys?
I'm so mad at her for making that Broken Family song. Do you remember that shit?
I try
No,
not to.
Blended Family. Sorry.
Try not to remember it. Honestly, honestly, I try to not to remember any of her music from "Girl on Fire" all the way down.
Okay, so I know people feel. I know how people feel about Girl on Fire, but if
No,
anything else,
it's actually "Stood on Fire." Stood on Fire. But continue.
you're a bitch. And there's a song on there with Maxwell called "Fire We Make."
I do like this song. I do like it.
That is that girl. If you don't listen to anything else from Girl on Fire, get into Fire That We Make.
I did like that one. Now I did, and I did like "Brand New Me" too. I did.
I did not.
Oh, I tried.
I like Not Even the King. That was cute.
I don't even remember that.
It had a. It was like a. I want to say it was a sing. It had like a lyric video.
Um, like you know what? Let me take this back. I don't really fuck with Alicia Keys from the element of studs on the like. I just can't do.
You didn't. You didn't like Unthinkable being put on the radio every 30 seconds.
Oh my god, they made me like that fucking song because I hated it at first. Like I hated,
Wondering when I
I hated it.
make my
It
way,
was annoying. Like I hated
if we
it.
do the thing.
I was more of a try sleeping with the married man type of person. Like that was my song. I love try
Maybe
sleeping with a.
sleeping with a broken heart. When you just sleeping in my bed,
I
touch
loved
me,
it.
feel me, heal me.
Anything was the first single off the Element of Studs, and that was really nothing but a carbon copy of No One, pretty much. It was like No One's second cousin, to be honest. It's
Oh,
like,
oh,
what are you doing?
at all, but it doesn't mean anything.
And
Yeah.
honestly, that's one of the last few times she had it, like her voice really touched me because now her voice is ashy as fuck now. Like I can't take her ashy ass voice now. Like I can't right now. I can't. Like I
Oh,
hate to hear her perform live with her ashy ass voice. Like I can't. I can't, Jamar. I can't. I can't. I can't.
now I'm trying. Element of Freedom. What did I used to like off of that? Um,
The singles.
I like Wait Till You Hear Me. Wait Till You See Me Smile was one of the ones that I liked. Um, shit, there was something
Probably
else.
Love is Blind.
What happened?
Probably Love is Blind.
No.
Oh, I only said them because I know a lot of people that did like the child.
Hold up. Now I gotta look. Was it like the sea? I don't think it was like the sea.
See them corny ass titles.
Hold on. I need to. What's the track list of this shit? Cause Wait Till You See My Smile. Mm, damn. I guess that was it.
When I tell you. But That's all I can say about Mistress Keys. Like I hope hopefully there's one day I can give her another chance, but I just have been feeling nothing she does. Like for a couple of years now, I haven't. But we had a great show tonight though. We hit 80 viewers, pretty
Yeah.
decent. Damn thing with this. Just to let you guys know, there won't be an episode of the Prelude next week. Y'all have to wait another 2 weeks for another one. You listen, me and Jamar have to take our breaks sometime, child. Like, listen, we already have to do our own individual videos every damn week, plus this show. So,
And
sometimes
videos with Maddie on his channel.
we like, we're working. Like, we're working more than we ever, like,
I'm
we're working more than we ever have in a long time.
girl, I
Like,
really am.
like for real, for real. Like we are working our asses off right now. Like to be honest, like one thing about it, and I know we always have this little powwow every time we get ready to get off live and shit like that. But 2020 is really, even though it's been like a shitty year for those of us that likes to be socially outward, like being out with people, going to clubs and shit like that. I know it's been very shitty. We haven't been living our normal lives. But for Jamar and I, 2020 has been a year of resurgence for the both of us.
Oh yes.
It's been a year of resurgence. It's been a year of rebranding. It's been a year of focus. One thing I can say, COVID fucked up our plans for our podcast. A little bit. It did give us this here. It did give us the prelude. But that does not mean that the fucking podcast ain't coming because it is. I'm just letting y'all know that. But
That'll probably be like a, depending on what the world look like, top of 2021.
yeah, like we're gonna continue to do this probably until like going into the end of the year. And so we're looking at our podcast probably coming out at the top of next year. But right now this is a great substitute for that. At least y'all get to see what we about. Cause I have like we've been getting like a great response from this. Like of course it's gonna take a while for us to really grow our audience with the show. It's we ain't pop roast you just yet now. We ain't pop roast. We ain't made it to the pop roast type of audience yet. Y'all gotta give us some time with that. But one thing I do know is that people do genuinely like me and Jamar, us as people. They like our show. They like us as friends. And bitch, I would say that we're a hit right now. I know that like I said, we ain't on pop roast now. We ain't what artist can I
Get there.
compare? Yeah, we'll get there now. We
You got
gonna
to pay
get
the
there.
dues, build it organically,
Yeah,
because you can have
build
a
it up.
whole bunch of people watching, but how many people can watch you again?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is. So,
Tension is key.
yes, like we gotta continue to keep it going. But I will say that Jamar, on the other hand, he I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on with that because we haven't talked about it again since. But Jamar is working on us getting another YouTuber on our show. They're a big YouTuber.
Child, we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it.
He has been trying to work on doing that. We do plan to do another OG panel though, and I don't know if it's just gonna. I don't know if it's gonna be like different people. It may just be the same people, but add more people to it.
How many people did we have last time?
We had Candy, Kevin, Bounty Blue, and Ashley, and the other two slots were supposed to be Rocks and Much Love, but they couldn't do it. So
Mm. Child, we'll
that's when
see.
the Mouse has to
Because
take over.
it's tricky to have too many people on because you want to give everybody like a fair chance to really input. So it's good to not be too crowded.
That's the reason, because that's why when people was asking, like, well, where's this person? We didn't like. We want to have those people there. Let's be clear, but we don't want to have too many people. We don't want to have too much noise. It's kind of like how we do the Just League interviews and be all of us on there. Then we had that one get have a guest on there, and then we tend to overtalk each other. It'd be too many of us at one time. We don't really want to have too much noise at one time. So we're gonna do like we have talked about like another OG panel. We talked about like a sophomore panel, like people that started like a little bit after us. We talked about newbie panels. Like I know a lot of newbies that we could bring on, but it's just all about creating a good show, pretty much. Like it is. I can see that my friend's mood, however, is better than what it was before we got on camera. Because bitch, he was over it. Like he was
That's because
over
I
it.
didn't have no time to unwind from it. I was still just, and I know I'm gonna have to deal with that in the morning. I ain't gonna deal with it tonight.
Yeah, like he was over it, but he made it through. We got through the miscellaneous ass VMA topic. We got through that shit. We just even didn't even go through our damn categories. We don't give a fuck about this shit.
I try. See, I used to love fucking shows, child, the fucking award shows, but now, like just the past few years, I just stopped giving a damn. I just want to
Yeah,
see.
like they're not. It's nothing. Like it's really nobody that we really want to see perform either. Like it's just half these people that performs, I don't know them, and it's like, what am I watching?
Hmm.
Now, I will say before we go, Jamar K. Michelle is coming out with the EP, even though All Muscles Are Human just came out in
Girl, I'm sick of
January.
her. Next.
She coming out with an EP. I ain't gonna lie, now some of them songs she played would actually sound good though. The main song I want to hear is the Tender Kisses song that she did. I actually like
I've
that
only
song.
heard the one she put on Instagram. Well, unless I missed it, the gangster one.
I don't like that one. Uh-uh.
I was like, did she have on grill in her mouth?
Yeah, child, she had a grill in her mouth, child. Like, girl.
Hey, Michelle,
Kate, Kate
girl.
knows she a lot sometimes, like she can. But I did want to let you guys like ask us questions at the end, but child, we can't be on for too much longer because Jamar got other shit to do, and I gotta get up at 5 in
If
the
you give
morning.
him, I'll give him 10 minutes.
Okay. Well, for the next 10 minutes, we'll be taking your questions. I always say y'all can ask us whatever, and I always regret it at the end because y'all go there a lot.
Okay.
But
Now, I'm giving y'all 10 minutes, but if y'all don't answer no questions in about 5.
yeah. So, and I'm not even gonna drop no link in the damn box because y'all are too damn scary to come on here with us and talk to us. Even though we told y'all, well, you ain't gotta show your face. You can still come on, but they ain't gonna do it, y'all. They ain't gonna do it. But whatever questions that you have, please put them in the chat, and we will answer them. We both will answer them. I guess we both will answer them, depending on what the fuck it is. Because some of y'all be imposing sometimes. Like y'all ask me some type that like shit. Y'all ask me some shit that I am not comfortable with answering.
Girl, I mean, if we had to plead the fifth, we plead the fifth.
I mean, hey, that's what we gotta do, child. Like that's
Well,
what we
there's your
gonna have
first
to.
question, girl. There you go.
I don't see it. Somebody asked
You,
a question.
you don't see that in the chat?
No, it ain't popped up for me yet. What was the question?
Devin Thomas says, "Will you date me, Scotty?"
Oh my god. Oh my god, child, don't do this to me. I think that's a female too, so you already know that that's not gonna happen. What do you rate Brandy's poems? I agree, really, B. I'm too old for award shows.
That was one of my favorite parts of the fucking. Just every time you have a song, I had to write a poem to this song. See, this song, I had to have my journal. You know,
All they need to play with the Moesha
I was
music in the
like,
background.
oh, girl, Monica tried to get Brandy sued. the one time, Monica wanted to participate and sing was a song that she was gonna get sued if she decided to sing. She's like, it's the only time that we actually mow and mow. It's like, bitch,
Yeah.
bitch.
But
Ooh,
We really ain't
drum.
got no answer for it. We ain't really got no answer for this one. I ain't gonna lie, cause we really ain't got an answer for that with the whole
Who they
break
want to?
the point.
Girl, we'll be here all day. We will be here all day. People keep trying to say like Mariah and somebody. The only person that Mariah could probably do is Whitney, and she has passed on.
It's the only person, really, to be
Somebody's
honest.
like Mariah and Mary J. Blige. I'm like, that don't even make sense.
It doesn't. They're not even in the same lane.
Shut up. Um,
But I will say this. I don't think this is really an answer to the question, but I will say that Ashanti has accepted Keisha Cole's challenge to do a versus,
who?
and they're
Ashanti?
yeah, Ashanti. Keisha
Sure.
Cole only wants to go against Ashanti because she knows it's an easy win for
Yeah,
her. Because I don't see
yeah.
Ashanti beat. Like I don't see
I mean,
Ashanti.
there's probably not stuff. There's probably Ashanti songs that I don't know. So let me think of Ashanti songs.
Damn.
Ba- Baby,
Of course you know that one.
rain, rain on me.
Yeah, that's one. That's another one.
Only you.
Okay, you getting there? Okay.
Um, shit. What's that one she got with Fat Joe that I like?
What's love?
What is it called?
What's love?
With Love.
What's
Oh,
love?
what's love? Okay, it kept cutting out. What the hell? That's I do like got to do. Yeah. Um, what's that other song? The
Foolish.
Declaration. What the hell was the lead single of the Declaration?
The way that I love you.
That.
Okay, well you know. So you
No.
didn't know foolish and happy.
Oh, that's right. Foolish, foolish, foolish.
'Cause I was about to say that if you don't know any Ashanti song, you got to know foolish because that song was every goddamn where. I would say that Ashanti had more like pop hits than Keisha Cole. They were more popular, but I think Keisha has the more.
Yeah, I could go. We could go with Keisha's discography, child.
Yeah, like we could like Keisha has more memorable records, just like the person in the comments said. Ashanti songs were more popular, but Keisha's are more memorable, and I think that's why Keisha would win.
Because I could do like you could do Love. I should have cheated. I choose you.
I changed
Uh,
my mind.
Trust. Play your cards right.
Let it
Uh,
go.
Let it go. Heaven sent.
Should have let you go.
Last night.
Like trust and believe.
And
Love for no
that's
love.
the song on there. Even though I feel like people think it's probably her cheesiest song, but I love it. This is us. Yeah, this is us.
You would like that big girls don't cry song. You
Girls,
would.
suck my dick, girl. I love that
You
song.
would. You
I
would. You
it is,
would.
and you can suck it. Okay.
Even though I like that song, I ain't gonna take it from you. But
Uh,
I knew that was one that you would like though. You would.
mhm.
But what do you mean? But if no one heard them, a lot of people have heard Keisha Cole's songs. Like we're not gonna sit up here and play her like that. Like, come on now. Like,
Shit.
regardless of the fact,
Somebody, I heard the shit.
like, listen, regardless of the fact that Ashanti had bigger hits than she did, Keisha has way more memorable songs than
Right.
Ashanti.
Because it's like at the time, but then it's like, how many can you really recall?
And
Outside.
how many do you still play? Because
Like, I'm playing anything from Braveheart, Concrete Rose,
and that's the one that only you came off of.
and that's the only song we know. So,
See, they keep bringing up charts. See, it doesn't matter if they were top 20 or not. We still
girl, who gives a
remember.
fuck? Damn
Like
charts.
we don't care about that. Like it doesn't matter.
Because
What
look at the charts now.
half the songs that's on the charts right now, I don't know them. I don't know.
Good. Shit.
Like, and you also have to and people also have to realize too that music took a turn when Keisha Cole came out, and R&B music was not at the forefront anymore. So
Tail end of the shit.
yeah, that like they like R&B was not at the forefront anymore. They really wasn't getting many pop hits. They were mainly like R&B hits, like like it is what it is. See, y'all bringing up Keisha's Point of No Return album, and we all know that nobody knows anything off there, so
Uh,
we're not even
he only
go
did
there.
that album to fulfill her contract.
That's it, and you can tell that mixtape ass album, like we're not even gonna bring that one up. Like, if we're gonna keep it real about the whole little situation, I'm still gonna go with the fact that Keisha Cole wins. That's not to take away from Ashanti, but Keisha Cole has a better catalog than Ashanti does, and she has
Did you listen
musical.
to 11 Reset?
Wasn't feeling it.
I wasn't either.
And Capable was a great song though.
What was?
Incapable, that was a great song. I did like Incapable.
It didn't age well. It was like a flash in the pan. It was cute for a little bit, but it couldn't withstand the test of time.
Yeah, because I didn't listen to it anymore
I can't
after
remember the melody of it
2000.
right now.
Like, I don't know why y'all trying to play Keisha. Like, come on now. Like, y'all need to stop that. Like, even with the whole Keisha Cole with the fish plate jokes, that shit getting old too. Y'all not gonna sit up here and play her like she was a nobody. Like, Keisha Cole held R&B down for a long time, especially when
Um,
Mary J. Blige got happy and in no bad relationship no more. Keisha Cole came in and swooped in and took that lane while Mary was out here, while Mary's life was just fine and all this other shit. Keisha Cole was telling us we should have cheated on their asses. Like that's what she was on.
just
But we ain't still
should have cheated.
even
Maybe I
finna.
should have went out to the
That's what
club.
I'm saying. Like, come on now. Like, no, we're not even finna sit up here
If
and act
Keisha
like
comes
she.
and does this verses, she need to paint a gap in between her teeth because that was when I was with you. You need to come with a blonde and red wig
Listen.
with a gap in your mouth and
But
sing
see,
the song.
I'm looking at the comments and they're saying Versus is all about hits, but then y'all bringing up the fact that Ashanti was a songwriter. Okay, she was a songwriter. Keisha Cole writes all her own shit too. They're both
I
songwriters.
mean, when did we talking about verses? We not talking.
Like it doesn't matter. Like
What are
songwriting doesn't
y'all
matter.
talking about?
It doesn't matter. Like I feel like people don't want to give Keisha her props. I just feel like she wouldn't give it. They don't. People don't want to give Keisha her credit. Period. Like we're not gonna. I'm
Look,
not.
I
I'm just.
said what I said. Keisha would have wiped him off the floor with a shirt.
Will wash her.
Music, and I'd be like, "Girl, what is this? I don't know that child."
She will wash her ass. And that, like I said, that's not to take away from her because I like
It's
Ashanti's
not.
music.
It's like, but it's just.
To me, it's not a close race like Brandy and Monica was. That was a close race. This is not a close race to me. Because once you get past, because to be honest, once you get past, what album is that? Really, once you get past Concrete Rose, even though you get the declaration and then you got the way that I love you, but it's kind of like, and y'all just stop lying with this whole Keisha couldn't outshine K Michelle because bitch, I love K Michelle to death, but no.
Keisha, I mean, K Michelle is a Keisha Cole like product.
Like no.
Keisha paved the way. Keisha walked so a K Michelle could run.
I mean, we're not even gonna like no. No,
Like, what are we doing?
no.
What are y'all
Like
doing? Am I right?
like K Michelle has great albums. Me and Jamar always talk about this. She has great albums, but her catalog is not better than Keisha's. Honestly. That's why I don't want to see her in no damn versus battle with her, because Keisha gonna wash her ass.
Oh shit. Okay.
But okay, but we need to go now. We
It's time
over
to.
2 minutes. Now, like we said, we're about to get up out of here. Like we ain't even gonna keep going back and forth talking about Keisha and Ashanti because we said what we said. It's still Keisha. But however, though, we enjoyed ourselves tonight. We had a great show tonight. Like I said, don't expect us to come back next week. We won't be back until 2 weeks from now. Yeah, we will be back 2 weeks from now. We got to take a break because, like I said, we've been working in this bitch. It's all about resurgence, bitch. We've been working, so we do have to take we do have to take our breaks from time to time. Now
Hmm.
Jamar gotta get his shit running once we get off. I don't even know if we're gonna talk backstage this time. Or are we?
Well, my phone's gonna die.
Well,
We'll just have to talk tomorrow.
yeah, we gotta talk tomorrow though. And plus, I need to be getting off anyway because I gotta get up at 5 in the morning to go to work. Ugh.
Oh, because it's like what 11 o'clock over there
It's
for you.
11. So as soon as I get off here, I'm getting into bed. I was gonna make a video because the Come Up Miami premiere tonight, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that. If I do, I might just go ahead and make it and then then edit it and then go to sleep while it edits and then post it when I get up in the morning. That's probably what I'm gonna do. But with that being said, you guys, we thank you guys for watching. We always appreciate your love and support. And before we go, my social media handles, if you don't know what they are, it's my IG is Scotty underscore by underscore nature. My Twitter handle is now Scotty by nature one. That's my social media. Jamar, you can go and what yours is at this point. What's your social media?
So y'all can find me on social media at Jamar84. That's JAMAR84, with the exception of TikTok, which is Jamar840. Follow me.
And yeah, that's pretty much the basis of that. Okay. Uh, there's nothing else that we can say now. Well, like I said, we appreciate you guys and we enjoyed you guys until 2 weeks from now, because that's when we're coming back. 2 weeks from now, and plus they give us time to plan our next show. It does. Sometimes we need a 2 week break so we can plan our next show.
Uh,
Maybe I do a show.
then this is gonna be like a long weekend too, at least for most people.
Mhm.
So I'm ready for my little 3 day weekend, child. I
Right. Oh,
really am.
Labor Day coming up.
Hmm?
And Labor Day is on the way, right?
This week is Monday.
Oh shit. I bet my ass gotta work. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all for all the support. Me and Jamar are now signing out. And we love and appreciate you guys. And we already told y'all our social media. I already put them at the bottom of the video in case you didn't understand the damn word we said. But good night, everybody. We out of here, y'all. Peace out.